He's not fully developed though.
Bro, he got 2 MVPs and a world championship.
Forget political award. It's a political award.
It's not political. He's a better player.
He get his first MVP to after his third championship. I don't mean shit.
Power forward, he might be the best power forward of all time.
That's a close one because you got monsters at the power forward.
I mean, the only one he mentioned is Tim Duncan in this era.
Tim Duncan,
of this era,
played center.
Tim Duncan is
Tim
better
Duncan
than.
only played power forward when Shaq was on the court.
Tim Duncan is.
And it was David and when Shaq was on the court.
Tim Duncan is clearly better than Hakeem.
No, he's not.
Clearly better.
I don't know if you understand how great
Hakeem is the only.
Clearly.
Hakeem is the only one.
At the 4, clearly better.
Who else won the championship without another All-Star?
You said who?
Who else, man?
Who else won a championship without another All-Star?
Okay, All-Star is also political.
That's more political.
Because in the 80s, you can't name me.
His starting five.
It is. All-Star is political. They vote on it.
Kenny Smith,
Bernie Maxwell, Otis Thorpe.
I know the whole team.
Was it called Herrera?
No, it was.
No, I know.
Mario
Ellis.
Mario
I know the whole team. But
you came out the.
You can't.
Robert Ory never made an All-Star team his whole career.
Yeah, but
he got 7 rings.
He got 7 rings.
Yeah, he fucked up all games.
He not thinking.
This motherfucker.
Because Rob Sampson is an All-Star.
Think about it.
Rob Sampson is an All-Star, and he also was a number 1 option on the team that won the championship.
I'm talking about 95.
But he was the number 1 option. See, Hakeem wasn't even the number 1 option in the 80s.
I said who else won it?
He wasn't the number 1 option till Rob Sampson got hurt.
Name the player who won a championship with no other All-Stars on the team that year. Name him.
Nigga, Isaiah Thomas.
He had Dumars.
Dumars didn't become an All-Star to the 90s.
The motherfuckers on the goddamn Rockets never became All-Stars in 94.
First of all,
you can't name one 94.
Vernon Maxwell is All-Star caliber, but he was beating up fans and getting in fights all the time. That's why he didn't make an All-Star team.
Nah, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Vernon Maxwell was a killer.
No.
Kenny Smith was that All-Star weekend.
Y'all sleeping on Vernon, man.
Yeah, that was what.
You sleeping on Ginobili's an international all-time talent.
Who's that?
Manu Ginobili's an international.
But this is far from the argument of the
Tony
first.
Parker is an international
Giannis's
all-time
first
talent.
6 years in the league.
Tony Parker was a better point guard than Steve Nash.
Giannis's first 6 years in the league, he is better.
He called one time. I said
he is better than James
Worthy.
Worthy.
On the phone, and Barry was like,
better than the King.
Yeah, Tony was better. Tony Parker was better than Steve Nash.
Tony's better than Steve.
And Tim Duncan had
Tony got a lot
his whole
of.
career.
Steve Nash got a lot of help, man. He had to play.
Think about it.
We can't do that. But we can't do that.
Tony Parker led the. Hey, Fred.
Can't do that.
Tony Parker led the league in paint scoring during Shaq's prime.
Good point. You're right.
But why? But he's not saying why.
Because he can get to the basket time he wanted.
Come on, bro.
No handshake.
He's 7 feet tall.
Are you gonna help? Are you gonna help on Duncan? Or are you just gonna give him? Are you gonna give him a contested layup?
So
you're not helping off Duncan. You're not switching off Duncan to stop Parker.
So John Stockton.
It's 4 motherfuckers in the lane waiting for Giannis to come down, and they can't even.
No, it's not 4 motherfuckers in the
I don't
lane. You
understand
have Middleton.
He don't fuck with non-foundational black
this is what you can do.
Players.
Pull up a video of Giannis going to the lane and him in the paint packing in. He's always you have to.
He's taking people off the dribble too.
One person because you have to stick to Middleton, you got to stick to Drew Holiday, you got to stick to Lopez.
You're not helping.
You're not helping off Holiday, Lopez.
Yes, you are.
Or it didn't happen. When y'all
they did.
They weren't helping. That's why he got 50 points. They were staying home with those guys. He was getting one-on-one matchups.
The nigga just don't like him, so he's switching up shit.
No. I'm giving you a stream of consciousness. You got to come with my consciousness. Not light. I don't give a fuck about light. Jesus, man. I don't like none of these
No, but you're not looking at Giannis right, bro.
If we pull up the Game 5 highlights, we not going to see nobody else.
I said watch the goddamn game, you lazy motherfuckers. I'm not. See, this is the thing. I'm talking about.
Ain't nobody lazy. He's 26 with 2 MVPs. Listen to me, though. 26 with 2 MVPs in a championship. Michael Jordan didn't have that at 26. Only other player. But what other 26-year-old besides maybe a Wilt Chamberlain is more accomplished than where Giannis is right now?
What's accomplished because of an award, that political award? That's what makes him accomplished.
He led his team to a championship, bro.
Yeah, he got one.
I just said you watched 48 minutes.
He got one.
He got 1 plus 2 MVP.
I'm giving him the championship.
He might be the most decorated player at his age ever in the NBA.
So you saying better than Kobe at 26?
He's different than Kobe. We can
no. He's 26.
No, he's better. He's better than Akeem, and he's better than James Worthy at 26.
If we're gonna have a logical,
because you're comparing a guard to a big man.
You bringing the MVP.
That's not logical. What you're saying?
MVPs.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, I went back and watched it.
Oh, okay. I know we was all.
No, I go back and watch basketball. I love basketball. It's chess to me.
Niggas get.
I'm just making sure.
You fans know we
Ron stuck in this bullshit narrative.
When Game 5 happened,
you know they have NBA.
We walked into 5150 and Glitter was coming down.
You know they have
Giannis in the championship.
You know they have NBA TV, right? Where the next morning you can watch the game, right?
Okay. So
see, real basketball fans.
You watch it the next morning. Right.
This nigga like, let me see what you chose for me to watch.
I'm just saying. You said
I'm gonna base my whole judgment off what some editors showed me and sent it clips.
Give me a real logical reason outside of this narrative that you keep painting about the league being more physical in the 80s. Give me. Well, you're saying that the reason you think you told me the other day. You told me the other day the reason you think that James Worthy is better than Giannis is because it was more physical in the 80s, and Giannis doesn't play physical basketball.
Relative to the style of play.
5 All-Stars.
Right.
Relative to the style of play.
Some of the greatest motherfuckers of all
time. Somebody audio going. Somebody audio going. Is that mine?
No, it's not mine.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
Worthy had Magic and Kobe.
You can't compare second and third options to first options. Yeah. That's why when you make the Steve Nash versus Tony Parker comparison, Tony Parker's one of the best point guards to ever play basketball, but he loses points not being the number one option on his team. The pressure.
I will pull up the interview with Greg Popovich in 2007 saying we switched the number one option to Tony Parker because it better suits our system. And Tim Duncan even came out and said, when they won a 2008 championship, that's the reason why Tony Parker was finals.
So you taking Tony Parker over Tim Duncan in 2007?
I'm taking over Nash.
So what happened when he went to the Hornets?
I'm taking over Nash.
What happened when he went to the Hornets?
What happened with Nash when he went to the... Let's go to Nash's first years. Let's go to Nash in Dallas. That nigga had Dirk, Michael Finley. That nigga had an all-star team that couldn't get back second round.
Nigga, do you know what the league was like in 2000?
In the West.
2007.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Do you know what the league was like in 2007?
He had Nick Van Exel.
But
he had Avery Johnson coming off behind him. He had Michael Finley when Michael Finley was still an all-star. Remember when Michael Finley was still an all-star? He had all that. Them niggas took him back second round. It wasn't until he got to that D'Antoni offense, which artificially inflates numbers.
No.
Chris Duhon had 25 assists
in that offense. Boo-boo.
Michael Finley was an all-star?
Yes, look it up, nigga.
But Michael Finley...
You don't know shit about... I'm talking... I'm not going to talk to a nigga whose two front teeth is facing each other. I can't do that. Your two front teeth are having a meeting right now. Nigga, two front teeth.
Hold on. You over-talking the bullshit points. You making a bullshit point.
This nigga got the playbook and got mad he didn't have no pictures of food in it.
It's a bullshit point. Because this is 2 times in a basketball argument. It's 2 times in a basketball argument that he's comparing third and fourth options on a team to number one options.
You brought them up.
You brought up James Worthy, who's never been a number one option for a full season in his career, and you brought up Tony Parker and you compared him to Steve Nash and Giannis. You can't compare niggas.
Tony Parker was the number one option.
Parker didn't have to show up. No. Tony Parker didn't.
Okay, listen to
Tony Parker.
Said if the coach said it,
can I get my shit off?
No, you're not.
Can I get my shit off?
No.
You gotta get my shit off, bro. I don't understand the logic in comparing people who aren't dependent upon to lead a team every night to players who don't have that pressure.
Milwaukee got to the finals with Giannis on the bench.
It is a different level of expectations for a number one versus a number 3.
James Worthy is definitely an all-time great. He's not top 50 anymore. He was top 50 in 96, but now there's about
top 70 now, top 75.
He's out the top 100.
He's in the top 70.
He's out the top 100, bro.
Top 70.
LeBron James. We're talking about small forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or power forward.
Okay, so since then,
he's power. Small forward is a little deeper.
So we go small forward. Since then, we've seen the likes of Grant Hill, McGrady, LeBron,
James,
Carmelo Anthony.
Who like Carmelo?
But no, he's better than James Worthy.
Of course.
So there's a few people that I'm missing, right?
Top 70, top 75.
No, he can't be in the top unless we picking more.
We kicking them white boys out from the 50s, nigga.
Who?
Dirk.
Nigga. You know who I'm kicking out? Them white boys from the 50s. John Havlicek and them motherfuckers. They gotta get the fuck up out of here.
John Havlicek played in the 70s.
He gotta go.
He gotta go.
Bill Walton gotta go.
KG.
Bill Walton should never even been in that motherfucker.
KG is definitely
He's a power forward.
Well, he's not even close on the list of power forwards.
KG?
No, James Worthy wouldn't make the top.
See, the power forward position didn't really get great into the 90s. Chris Webber brought that.
Damn, we didn't even mention Chris Webber.
Yeah, Chris Webber brought in that class. Chris Webber, Derek Coleman, they brought in that class of power forward that was shooting 20
Derek Coleman, you're right. Yeah,
Derek Coleman and Chris Webber.
Derek
Coleman.
You're forgetting about somebody.
Who?
You're forgetting about Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo led the league in scoring several years, 30 plus.
No, I'm not forgetting him. He was great. What I'm saying is when Derek Coleman came in and Chris Webber, that brought in that point.
Dribbling. Yeah, Bob McAdoo was a stretch forward.
Yeah, and it changed the game. That brought in KG. That brought in Dirk. That brought in.
You know who had game at the power forward? Bernard had game. And then there's somebody else that people don't give a lot of credit to because he didn't sustain it for a long time, but he had the revolutionary type game. Is Gatling. Chris Gatling. That nigga can hoop. Yeah. And he was putting it on the floor. Yeah, he had real game. And another person that people don't give a lot of credit to is Rodney Rogers.
Oh,
Rodney Rogers.
He's that stretch.
He was
that undersized stretch power forward.
He's built like Zion, but with a jumper. Yeah.
He gets forgotten, especially because of his accident too.
Yeah. You could talk. I want people to hear you, man. So we got a specialist. We got two. Blaze ain't a guest no more.
Yeah, Blaze ain't no goddamn guest no more.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
you
saying.
family now, nigga.
So
since his accident, he's probably going quiet, but he is a great comparison to Zion Williamson.
Definitely.
Rodney Rogers, yeah,
he's from that region too, Wake Forest area.
Yeah.
So,
Larry Johnson, grandmama. That's another nigga who. Grandmama Larry Johnson, that's another motherfucker who don't. I mean, if that back, he only had like 3 injury-free seasons.
Yeah. He was cold early. Yeah. His game never really kind of like developed, but he was cold.
Never fully matured.
Yeah, but he had a lot of Charles Barkley in him because he was a bully on the block. But man, go ahead.
Y'all said Rodney Rogers was like Zion?
Yeah, definitely. He was big like Zion, mobile, built like Zion, athletic like Zion, but at the time, the game wasn't evolved enough to let him do his thing. There was a lot of players who, if they would have played in this era, he was.
Like Nick Van Exel, Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Abdul Rauf, them as niggas, if they played now, keep their same game, but the game wasn't ready for them. Coaches would be like, man, you can't be shooting from way out there. What you doing?
If Zion played like Rodney Rogers, Zion would be fucking trash. Like Zion and Rodney Rogers, that's two different.
No, it's not. Bro. What do you mean? Both lefties, both 6'8", both like 270, both with major bounce. Except Zion Rodney Rogers actually had more offensive game than Zion. Not off the dribble, but he could shoot better. He had a nice touch. He had some good seasons. It's just the game wasn't evolved at that point where they would let him be a. I don't know what happened with his career, but I just feel like the game wasn't ready.
Theo Radcliffe was another one like that. Except he couldn't really shoot.
Yeah, he couldn't shoot, but he was a good shot blocker. It was a few.
That's a good comparison. That's like comparing Todd to Master Splinter. It's about the same thing.
I'm about to get up.
Oh, you know. No, but he's after Chris Webber. But man, we got a guest, man. I want everybody, to clap your hands up, man. You know, I met him through Dewan. Dewan, go ahead, do the introduction, man.
Yeah, we got a friend from the barbershop up in this motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm glad you came down, Fred, because you talk a lot of boxing. Yeah. And you can talk about business. Yeah. And you talk about the business of boxing, the contracts. And that's what I've always appreciated about your channel. Because a lot of people only want to keep it on a service level, left hook, right jab. And you like, nigga, your contract. Hey,
you're right. Making no money.
Right. Because we always see, like, you know how it is, we all grew up watching sports. It's hard seeing your favorite athlete, when they grown, down and deprived and broke. You know what I mean? And you see it happen over and over and over again. So one thing I like about your channel is you explain why that happens. And you help explain to fighters how to get around that. Right. And you got a new movie coming out. You know what I mean? Or it just came out.
August 5th.
August 5th. So tell them who you are. Tell them about the Lions Den boxing community and tell them about your movie. What's up?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Dewan. And so I'm Frederick Hawthorne, and I have a YouTube channel called Barbershop Conversations, and basically it's a filter-free platform where we can talk shit and swallow spit every night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what I attempt to do is use the boxing as the candy and the elevation of the conversation as the medicine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Similar to what y'all do. Y'all crack jokes, and then like I texted you the other week when you was like, ignorance is expensive, when y'all wasn't here talking about
right,
that. Yeah.
Right.
And so that's the pace and the frequency in which I want to talk. And you mentioned Lions Den boxing community. It's basically an all black media coming together as a conglomerate to force these old white motherfuckers out.
Right.
Basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we do it by any means necessary. You know what I mean? We black, we strong, we melanated, and we don't. You ain't got to go to Harvard to come fuck with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
You ain't got to go to Yale. You know what I mean? You can be a recovering drug addict. You can be me, a college-educated man, anywhere in between across that spectrum, and you have a voice. You know, if you pay $10 for a ticket, you have a voice. You know what I mean? If you pay for gas, popcorn, and all, you have a voice. And what a lot of times the business of boxing want to do is just wash us away. You know what I mean? The Mexicans are the greatest fans in the world.
Right.
UK fans are the greatest fans in the world. But how that black fighter came to be, it was black people and the amateurs supporting him.
Right.
Black people supporting him when he was 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. And then when he came to the world, they said, oh, the Mexicans love you.
Right.
Nah, nigga, we've been down with you from day one.
Right.
But they don't want that. Similar to boxing, what they do with Allen Iverson. They don't want that frequency. Because if they allow that frequency in, they lose control.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's my platform. And the film 9 Wives. It's got the beautiful Brianna Michelle behind me. She's the lead, and it's just a hell of a film about a conversation between one of Elijah Muhammad's wives and Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
And it's a pretty compelling.
Oh, they bagging in the
Oh,
gun.
they bagging what they said.
Oh, they killing it. They killing
Oh,
it.
it's okay. That's cool too. That's cool too. I'm gonna sit in the chat too. And, so it's just a great film. It comes out August 5th, and
So it's a feature film.
short film. It's
Short.
about 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes.
So I judging on what you just told me about it, it must be a lot of sex scenes in this movie. I'm saying if it's a movie about Elijah Muhammad, he was fucking. He was fucking. You know what I'm saying? So
the reason why the movie is made because there was a lot of sex scenes.
yeah, that's damn near a porno.
And I know you don't want to. Ooh, shit. I know you don't want to get her in and talk about it, but like one thing I appreciate about your channel, because we always talk about what sports needs to do.
Right.
You guys are actually doing it. Like I was just happened to be listening to a show about a month ago, and Errol Spence just called in. You know what I mean?
Right.
You when Deontay Wilder talks, he calls you, and I saw that dude. Was not Ray Flo? What was that dude on ESPN?
Yeah.
ESPN kind of had some salty things to say about you.
Right.
How did it feel? Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
I'm public enemy number one because I'm, for lack of a better term, I'm really that nigga. Like, for example, if Deontay Wilder, no matter who it is in boxing, I can get a hold of. And what I didn't value my credential.
Right.
I valued my relationships with the fighters.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And what they want you to do is lean on them. I'm not leaning on them because I've been laid off fire and I know the game.
Right.
A white man will only use you as far as he can use you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, explain that because a lot of people don't understand the puppetry that has overtaken their minds. They think that the things that they are doing are reflective of being a good person. And,
Oh, no.
you know, so how can somebody recognize that in them if they're a little bit, if they're a puppet? How can they recognize that?
It's really simple, man. They want to use, when you're black in boxing in terms of media, they want to use you to facilitate their product.
Right.
The moment you take ownership of your intellectual capital and your relationship, you're a problem.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because if I can holler at Deontay Wilder and they're not getting any clicks on it, they're not making any money on it, then they got to use my quotes, and guess what? I get bigger.
Right.
You know, and then the separation of power gets stronger and
Right.
stronger and
Right.
stronger. And now we're looking at 2021, 2022. I think I'm top 5 voices in boxing. I mean, hands down. You know,
Definitely.
No matter what. You know.
Yeah, ESPN was salty when Wilder
Oh,
came
yeah,
here a couple
yeah.
weeks ago. Talk about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, so what happened was, I knew Deontay Wilder was coming to town, and me and D got a great relationship. I mean, he has a house not too far from here, and I've literally always developed my relationships with him. And so he's coming to town, and I was like, D, Thank you. I know you got your press conference. Can we do an interview? Ah, shit, no problem. So what he did at the press conference was he didn't talk to the white media. Yeah. And so you know what he did was, you know what Andre Ward did? He blamed it on the headphones. The headphones. But Andre Ward's a company man. Yeah. You know, I'm big time company man. Great boxer, company man. And so what he did was he left the press conference and he said, Fred, I'm in room 1205. Holla at me.
Andre Ward did.
No, not Andre Ward. Me and Andre Ward, we go tit for tat. We go blow for blow. And but Deontay Wilder said, holla at me. You text me, 1205. I was up there in 10 minutes. We hung out 3 hours. You know what I mean? And it's the relationship building. You know what I mean? Like if he interviews with me, we're gonna get conversations about playing basketball in the backyard with your father and developing fatherhood, as opposed to left jab, right cross. What does Tyson feel? What you gonna do different? You know, it's the whole man. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't think that ESPN or even PBC can pull that. Right. You know what I mean? Because at the end, because the first thing you got to be in life is a man. Right. You know what I mean? And I think
some of these motherfuckers starting off as women.
Facts.
They're trying to get that easy housing.
They're trying to get that easy housing. Yeah. You gonna be. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
No, and that's just simply it, man. And I think Deontay Wilder is a man's man. You know what I mean? And he loves the melanin that's on his skin and in his skin, and he wears it on his sleeve every chance he gets. You know, like he didn't win the fight, but that is the greatest ring entrance for you and me in the history of the sport of boxing. Right. You know what I mean? The last time we seen that was Ali Boumbaye. Right. You get what I'm saying? And I think that should be celebrated.
You know who has some good ring entrances though? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And Preston's in.
I said for you though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that carpet was pretty dope.
Yeah. Who else has some fire? It was somebody else had some. Did he? Yeah. It was another black fighter that had Broner.
Adrian Broner has some going. Yeah.
Pops brushing his hair. You know, African. I'm the can man. I beat Africans, Mexicans. That nigga had something going if he would have stayed.
That's 135, 140 Broner.
Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer at 135.
Yes.
Oh, that's a fact.
And maybe 142.
140, he carried the power up a little bit.
You never seen nobody walk him at 140. Only at 147.
Good point.
Yeah, he wanted.
I was like that fight when he beat Paulie Malignaggi.
Oh yeah. I took your belt and your girl.
You don't seem to be big on Broner.
I love Broner. Okay. Me and Broner have a great relationship, man. I was the one. I was really the one with Adrian Broner holding him accountable. Right. Like every time I would grab his ass by the hands, like, you know what Al Heyman is literally trying to do for you? Man. Because they put him in a region where boxing wasn't there, in the Midwest. Right. You know what I mean? From DC to Ohio. And me and Adrian Broner always had a love-hate relationship, but he knew I always loved him. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And it never clicked with him. Right. It never clicked. And I don't want that to happen to Tank Davis. Yeah. So I think Tank Davis is special.
He's special, but
the relatability factor.
No, he's definitely special, but he is with the bullshit.
He is with the bullshit.
He's really a street nigga. He really will shoot you. Yeah. Right. I know. He really know. A lot of motherfuckers. See, that's what I'm saying. People don't really get what boxing. A lot of these niggas really come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So don't think they rappers where when you hear them tripping and doing certain shit that they just trying to, do. A lot of these niggas have shot motherfuckers and beat up people and they grow up in broken homes. So
they coming up getting money, beating people up. Shit. You know what I mean? Like that's the ultimate.
I think Tank got caught with a gun at like a weigh-in or something weird like that. Real spit.
Nigga, like, you a half pound overweight.
But in my opinion, I've never seen nobody in the lightweight division that hit that hard. He's the hardest hitting lightweight.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's special. But talk about why his boxing skills are so underrated, because a lot of the things that he executes in his knockouts, the setup is beautiful. Mm-hmm. He'll spend rounds setting some shit up. That uppercut when he knocked old boy out, he had been setting that up for 3-4 rounds.
He was knowing it and missing. Yeah. Why? Then he caught. Go ahead.
I think his speed is his best attribute. Yeah. What would you say?
Who's telling the story?
Okay, I mean, yeah,
That's why.
right. You're right.
That's why Floyd ain't got no power, but no one's ever walked him down.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
right.
And
Definitely.
that's the key. You know, who's telling the narrative? And I think with Tank Davis, I don't think he's understanding that yet.
Right.
Because I think Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather are still playing those both sides of the fence games. So
Right.
it's not really like no bravado there. Let's get this money. Let's rob the bank. Let's get the bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not really dabbing in the culture and character, I would say. But it comes to who's telling the story.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean? And they want him to be Mike Tyson. That's why they're projecting him as that.
Right.
You understand
Definitely.
the mindset?
yeah.
Oh, he's Mike Tyson. He ain't got no brain. He
Right.
got power.
Yeah.
But he ain't got no brain. You know, and I think that's the key.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's the dog whistle.
Yeah.
That's the dog whistle. So all Mike Tyson fans, knockouts are everything. You know what I mean? So and he does violently knock people out, very similar to Mike.
Yeah.
I think Devin Haney is the future. How you feel
Could
about
be.
that?
He could be. I think Devin Haney is quite special, man. I think him and his dad has one of the better relationships in boxing. Have a great relationship with Team Haney. I think the long end of it, I think Devin may end up being the best.
Right.
I don't think no one, if they fight each other, no one goes unscathed.
Right.
But in terms of longevity, you know, he's more twitchier. He has a higher aptitude. You
Right.
know?
Demeanor.
You have
Yeah,
him over Shakur?
I do.
You do?
I feel like Shakur is. I like Shakur a lot, but I don't feel like Shakur is gonna go past 140.
You don't think so?
Nah, I feel like
Think on
I,
147?
I don't think he'll go to 147. You know, I don't. He hit like Paulie Malignaggi.
Him and Devin has that problem. They ain't got their grown man
But
strength yet.
right, but Devin Haney actually has power. But I feel like being raised by Floyd's father, he's so technically sound that he's not even he don't give a fuck about the knockout.
Right.
Carry the whole fight, bro.
Right.
I mean, because he started in that last fight against Linares, he started walking Linares down.
That's what he got caught. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was, playing. He was in there taking care of business. He just caught one of them things.
Yeah. I like how he got caught and responded to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I love to see that.
As far as longevity goes, when you get caught like that at this point in your career and you survive it, that has equity.
Right.
You know, through your career, something he can pull back on if he does end up fighting Tank. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you think that Crawford signing back to Top Rank is a coon move?
Slave. It's modern day slavery. He's an indentured servant. You know, I mean, listen, I told Terrence Crawford this 4 years ago, and he said, fuck you. No, I'm being 100. He said, I don't fuck with you. But I told this nigga that. We can go there? Okay. All right. I know we can't. But
You call him a dumb nigga if you want. Go ahead.
You gotta wait for the man at the house to take his coat off. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask. You know, and I told him this 3 years ago, and you know what Bob Arum did?
What?
Who's a great ally of mine.
Right.
I done cursed Bob Arum out. He done cursed me out. Like for real. Me and Bob Arum done go to blows. You know what Bob Arum did? Did the white man trick. I'ma hire your friends.
Right.
I'm gonna give Bomac a commentary deal. I'm gonna give you dates for all your C-level fighters. And Bomac is in bed with both of them now.
So now we're talking more intricate details
Yeah.
because I mean that's good business for Bob Arum.
Great business. Great business.
So I was saying that because a lot of people in our community, and I mean I'm such a fan of Al Heyman. On the outside, I'm looking in. I'm like, if I'm a black fighter, I got to sign with Al Heyman. But a lot of people look at Terrence Crawford differently. He's personally my favorite fighter, but people they don't know those details.
Right.
Those are important details.
Right.
I think that's probably where Al lost the bid. Or did Al not want him, or do you think that?
I don't even think they even negotiated. And that's the clip, and that's the point about it. Like, I knew his contract was up. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Just
right.
because I know that I know that I know, right? And so I made it my point, knowing that he's one fight away from re-signing. I paid close attention to him, and I did a lot of videos on Terrence Crawford, teaching him the game. The only thing he heard was, I think Spence can beat you.
Right.
He didn't hear Cotto. He didn't hear Mikey Garcia.
Right.
He didn't hear Floyd Mayweather. He didn't, and the list goes on and on and on. All he heard was Errol Spence can beat you. And ever since then, he's like, "Fuck you, Fred. I don't fuck with you." And I'm like, "That's cool." But now you're stuck in the margin where now your core fans looking at you like you're a fool now. Because you're literally letting this white man compare you to a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Right.
An inanimate object.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Talk about that. Yeah, because didn't Bob Arum say, with all the money I lost on Terrence Crawford, I could build a mansion in Beverly Hills. And that was before Terrence re-signed with him, right?
That don't make Spence better than Crawford because Bob Arum is disrespecting him.
I didn't say make Spence better than I said that makes him a bad businessman to resign for the person that's responsible for your money to say that about you. And you resign?
But you don't like him because he signed back with Bob.
I don't like him because because he didn't sign back with Barber because Bob's been fucking him for like 7 years.
Bob is going.
Bob has been fucking. I don't like seeing black men get fucked.
You saying Bob Arum is gay?
Oh man, hey. Funny thing about being gay. I done had conversations. My conversations with Bob Arum are so cool. We done had conversations about him having orgies with Ali.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he said I woke up, it was 4 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, me and Bob are cool. Like, this how cool Bob and I are. I said, Bob.
DeJuan might not talk to you after that.
Oh, yeah.
I've been listening to his interviews with Bob.
Yeah.
His interviews with Bob be dope.
Me and Bob are cool. And,
So it's possible that Ali hit some white pussy.
oh, yeah.
Ali was married to a white bitch. Ali was married. He was married to a white girl. Yeah, Ali married a white woman.
So okay,
like one of his wives.
Oh, this black is black. Nah.
One of them white. One of them was I saw on his document. One of them was white.
Was she Muslim?
I don't know what her religion was, nigga.
White fucking Muslims.
The fuck?
Was it not? Big nasty.
Man, ain't nobody talking to niggas.
This big nasty. Big nasty.
If it's anywhere off base, he gonna find it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so that's a close relationship.
Oh, me and Bob are super cool.
You interview him like once a month. Like
I mean, we so cool that I told him, I said, Bob, listen. I said these white girls are cool, but I think we need a black ring girl. 30 days later, a black ring girl pops up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Bob is super cool, man. Like, I mean, and the reason why is because it goes back to Timothy Bradley. Me and Timothy Bradley, not me and Timothy Bradley, but Timothy Bradley is an Indio.
People mistake y'all for each other.
Nah, his head is like 3 inches wide. Oh, man.
With my head. Nigga 147 with my head.
DeJuan, you see his leg? He ain't supposed to be that big. His leg.
DeJuan used to be buff. He just melted.
Yeah.
Ty used to be funny. He just got a reality check.
Motherfucking personal.
This motherfucker.
Headband. You had to phone.
I stay rocking the headband.
The check gonna get on
Listen, I stay rocking the headband. My nigga just came from my nigga Blaze just came from crossing guard practice.
Practice.
You don't want to
Motherfucker blow a whistle before you stop.
Very important job.
You're stepping out.
You gotta wear the white gloves at practice.
You got suicides and everything, man.
You know I'm holding my sign like a player, man. You guys come on this way.
No, okay, so Bob Arum. What Don King?
Yeah, where is he in all this?
Don King is, I mean, he's trying to get back in the game, but I don't think he has the energy.
Yeah.
You know, I used to work for Don King's newspaper, the Calling Post, and I mean, those are some great stories too, man. You know,
He had like a warehouse with a press and all that type of shit.
Yeah. Don King he understood it. If I control the narrative and control the fighter, you can't do nothing with me.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he understood how important media was. I remember I'm talking to Don King, and we were going into a fight. We were going into the Romain Stavern fight.
Right.
And people were scalping tickets.
Against Wilder.
No, it was against
Ariola?
Chris Ariola at the USC.
Carson.
USC. And he said, someone was talking about scalping tickets. That's Don King. You can't scalp. He says, man, listen, if y'all not making no money, I'm not making no money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of the guy he was, you know?
Damn.
That's crazy.
Well, you know how scalping Chris Ariola and Stavern Ain't nobody at that.
Right. You trying to be double for this shit, nigga?
put your ass in the 6th round.
Right.
Nobody give a fuck about that fight. Sit right there.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so. I never knew he owned his own paper. That's something. Yeah, I know Don is a hell of a businessman. He
This nigga Kraig volunteered his nose as a speed bag one time. That motherfucker told Don, I'm gonna lean over and they can just.
All right, but look. Okay, so what was the most important thing you learned working for Don King?
Stay black. You know, like Don King is really. I mean, he plays the game publicly, but he's really like be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. You know what I mean? And Don King was always himself. He cheap now. Don't get me wrong. Like he's real shrewd and he's real cheap, but be yourself. You know, and it's just a great experience that I had both dualities. You know, I had Bob Arum on one end and Don King on the other end. You know, and I think that's why I still have good relationships with both of them because I remain true to myself. You know, if I didn't know, I asked. Right. You know, I'm not the guy. Oh, I'm too afraid to ask or, you know, stuff like that.
Right. So. What do you think is the most important thing for an up-and-coming fighter to be knowledgeable of so you don't be put in a position like a Terrence Crawford or who else is somebody that really doesn't have control of their career but is an exceptional talent?
What's that boy with Eddie Hearn's little boy?
Anthony Joshua.
Dillian White.
Dillian White. I mean, he called him a slave on a DS.
Yeah, he called him. Shit.
Right. But that's one thing I like about young Devin Haney is he owns his situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Early he understands the importance of the business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So how do I not beat Terrence Crawford if I'm a great fighter? Like how am I in a position of power where I can be a Floyd?
Mm-hmm. Simple, man. You got to get the information before you throw your jab. You got to get the information. And the sad truth about it is boxing is a poor man's sport. Right. No one's gonna say, you know what? I think I want you to stutter by the time you're 32. We're going to get into boxing. You get what I'm saying? No one says that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, I think boxing is really a poor man's sport up here and a poor man's sport here. So I think you got to be intellectually savvy. Right. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go to the library, and although you should, but there's a lot of information out there. And now boxing is pretty much global and on endless platforms. It's easy to get the information now. Right. You know? And that's what I would.
You have to be able to Google.
Yeah.
So in other words, be a smart dummy.
Yeah, and then you got to play the game. You got to, you know what I mean? One of the 48 laws of power is don't outshine your master. You get what I'm saying? So play the game. You know what I mean? Play the game. If Bob Arum is telling you what to do, but you already know what he's gonna say because you got 200 fighters before him. Right. So it don't matter what he tell you. Right. His actions gonna tell you the truth. So you get what I'm saying? So and that's the game.
What I don't understand is how Terrence Crawford just sits there and just doesn't say anything. Like the things that Bob Arum says, like even if you just a regular, like somebody at your job, your boss say that, you'd be like, what the hell is this nigga talking? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be looking for somewhere else to work. Yeah. I put in a complaint to HR, and he just saying that shit, and Terrence Crawford just seemed like he's taking it. So is there any way, you know what I'm saying, he can, like, not show up to a fight or something? Like, what can he do at this point? To like, nah, fuck him, I got balls. Or is it just too late? He just got to do what he got to do.
I think it's absolutely nothing. No. You know, I think that Bob Arum's contract's a Trump tight. You know, Mikey Garcia had to sit out 2 years. Yeah, you know, that's our latest example of how shrewd of a businessman Bob Arum is. And you got to think about this at this point. It's not his fault anymore. Right. Yeah. It ain't Bob's fault. It's not Bob's fault anymore.
Going back for it, you like it.
Yeah, you like it like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
what did Spence say about Terrence Crawford? He's something Spence had said about a month ago.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, that nigga, he's Bob's boy or something like that.
Yeah, Bob's boy. Yeah, he also said on my show, Terrence got different energy, man. He talked to Bob different than he talked to black people.
That's true. When it's black folks, Terrence want to hug.
Oh yeah, right.
He say something, he good. Did y'all get into the Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, we talked about it.
I got a quick question. How would you fix the sport of boxing?
Ooh,
that's a good question, Dad.
I'm glad y'all got a $50 donation now. Yeah. That's how you fix it with money, goddammit. But how would I fix the sport of boxing? I don't think the commission. I don't think there will ever be a commission it's just it's 50 commissions. You understand? But I think you do need an overseer. Yeah. But then they're gonna get bought. You get what I'm saying? Like if I got $20 million and I know you only making $150,000 a year, you can be bought.
Yeah, but I mean, how would you if you could do it?
Okay, thank you. I would have an overseer. You get what I'm saying? A board of 5 or a board of 7. You know what I mean? Some odd number. And let everything run through there, especially the big fights. You know what I mean?
You know what you talking about?
Yeah, boxing. Yeah.
No, but what do you know about board though?
Board members and shit. I don't know. Vince McMahon in this motherfucker. That's what I would do. Okay, Vince McMahon. You bring this motherfucker to steel cage, nigga.
He got an overseer was a nigga from Europe. Overseer.
Yeah, fuck it.
You want a foreigner to come in and run boxing.
Yeah, you said overseer, and that motherfucker Otto almost started picking cotton. This nigga remember cotton to pick. Like, overseer.
I got a question. A lot of people.
That was fucked up.
Everybody in the room could answer this if they have knowledge of it. I think the most important fighter in boxing history is Jack Johnson. Right? Especially from a black perspective. But a lot of people don't agree. Who do you feel was more important? This nigga having a concert during
This nigga. That's how white call it.
I got 10 more minutes on this motherfucker.
I'm outside. We done with your little friends.
That's for me.
I got your lunch.
most important boxer politically to black people? Is it Jack Johnson or Ali?
Jack Johnson's more important, but Ali was more popular. More people don't know Jack. Most black people don't know Jack Johnson's story unless you were around at the time.
Well, ain't nobody from then around.
But
I know it.
But that's actually a great question, Craig. I'm thinking Ali was still more important. I'm thinking Ali's more important because of what he stood for at the time that he stood for it. Jack Johnson, he got the 1910 Mann Act passed because the reason why Plexico Burrs had
get it, cat.
Yeah, because of him.
Right.
We all understand. Yeah. My bad.
I fuck white bitches. Put me in jail.
Hey,
this shit is wrong.
Hey, yeah. Thanks for the clarification, Snuffleupagus. But I would say because Jack Johnson, a lot of black people got fucked up over Jack Johnson more than Ali because the reason why Plexico Burrs had to go to jail was because of the Jack Johnson law, the 1910 Mann Act, transporting a gun. No. Why he would What put him in jail was crossing the border with a weapon on his hand, and that's all an extension of the 1910 Mann Act. Okay. And so I would say Jack Johnson, and Jack Johnson's goddamn King Kong.
Okay, Jack Johnson, more important.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
I don't know what Jack Johnson did.
Yeah.
I don't know, nigga. Damn.
Nigga look befuddled.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson invented the wrench.
So do you think Ali can knock him out?
No.
Hell no.
No? All right.
Jack Johnson fought 20-round fights.
That nigga talk 60-round fights.
Who'd he fight?
People don't praise the pioneers. They praise the martyrs.
What?
But Loaded Luck said, it's about who you fought too.
You can't. Somebody said Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not saying the best fighter ever. Saying who was the most important political figure in boxing for black folks ever. It's one of them two dudes.
I say Jack Johnson got us fucked up, not by his fault, and Ali kind of...
Because Ali is Jack Johnson out the ring, far as the antics, and Sugar Ray Robinson in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So he's a hybridized fighter who was conscious of people who came before him. If you are a real boxing fan, you know Ali is definitely... What Kobe is to Michael Jordan when it comes to Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ali created Trevor Burbick, man.
Right.
But if there was no Jack Johnson, there would be no Muhammad Ali.
But I think for black manhood, as much as we are, what's the word? Marginalized, but feminized.
Feminized, yeah.
As much as being a bold black everyday man and just doing what the fuck you want to do, I feel like Jack Johnson is more important for that reason.
Yeah,
Though Ali took some stronger political stances, I think his religious affiliation made his move less bolder than Jack Johnson's, because Jack Johnson was out there by himself. No bodyguards, just him and 12, 13 white bitches and these motherfucking hands. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
You know. In your opinion, who do you think was more important politically?
I'm going to go with Ali.
Okay, why?
And the reason why is because he went to court for 3 years. Because he didn't go to the war. And simultaneously, he chose to willingly be a part of the Nation of Islam.
Right.
You know, and I think at that time, the Nation of Islam probably stood for something.
Most definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It still does.
And on some level.
Yeah.
You can see his interview with Wesley Muhammad.
On some level. On some levels, man. On some levels. But I think Ali had that duality.
Right.
You understand? He could tell every person in America the mission statement.
Right.
I don't think Jack Johnson had the ability to convey that message.
He communicated clearly.
Yeah,
That's a gift in itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Clearly articulate what your stance is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to just say Jack Johnson because I think black people back then looked forward to hearing on the radio a black man whoop a white man ass.
Right.
1910.
Oh, yeah.
That's still
Cody
going on
Round
today.
did this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just watch this shit.
Yeah.
Cody Round did his ass because, like, they was knocking niggas out down like 2-3 times around. Nigga, keep you good?
Right,
Keep fighting.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Throw some water in your face, whatever, smelling salts, all that shit. So, like, this is a different type of fighting. Like, we think about, like, it's a corner man, cut man. Nah, nigga. You get your ass beat. Nigga, the ref, you ain't no standing 8 count, right? Am I lying? Standing. Okay, you good? Walk to me, ain't none of that. Get up, fight. So,
I'm changing my answer then.
that's what I mean. Like, so black people saying that for like I'm saying all that time.
I
And,
see that.
I mean, then him being so brash and black, like damn, he fucking white bitch.
I will say this about both.
Not that he was just fucking white bitch. I'm just saying like.
But we keep bringing it up.
At that time.
But that's what I'm saying. We keep we bringing up the white girls not because we think that's a trophy.
Yeah.
But he literally was doing things like that at a time when you can get murdered and nobody go to prison for it.
Well,
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'll say this.
But Jack was making money, so he was making money for the white people, which was cool. But he was still considered King Kong.
Also the way he chased the belt is legendary. Because they didn't just give that man the belt. He chased that belt for like 12, 13 years, catching boats to Europe, showing up the fights, knocking out motherfuckers.
Having multiple fights in a day.
He chased that belt for years.
He had multiple fights in a day.
Yeah. I'm talking about, when I say chase, I mean literally chase. Yeah. Literally chase.
There's one common similarity both two share. Both boxers got all-time American movies made because of them.
Right.
You know, Jack Johnson, King Kong. Since they couldn't beat Jack Johnson in the ring, they made King Kong as a mockery of him.
Yeah.
And then the movie Rocky. That was all based off the Wepner fight.
Right.
Wepner almost beat Ali. Almost beat him. That turned into a whole goddamn 15-movie series.
And then Ali,
That show y'all desperate these motherfuckers are. We can't fuck you up in the ring, so we'll make a movie.
He just knocked Ali down, right?
Yeah, he like stumbled Ali. Like, he kind of like shook him a little bit.
forgot about Ali too.
I didn't say Ali.
Oh, no,
That's what Rocky was about. Rocky was about Bruce.
No, the movie Ali. Nigga.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about like
Nigga, that shit fired, nigga.
no, the movie.
I don't think he looks or sounds better like Ali.
Well, Denzel don't look like Malcolm X. He don't look. You think this? I look more like Malcolm X than Denzel. The scale.
Listen to old like Malcolm X interview and just think about that nigga is Malcolm X.
But he don't
I
look.
kept seeing
He don't look nothing like
Did you
that.
see One Night in Miami? He did a good job as playing Muhammad
He did a better job
He
than
did a better
Denzel.
job.
Hey, this nigga got a horn and a horn case changing.
I don't think more better blues.
Look like he on his way to hang out with Quincy Jones. Who you got in the head of fade? Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder?
I got
Ray Charles. Ray Charles was
You know what?
Nigga that can see.
Yeah.
No.
This is who I'm supposed to hit.
Stevie too nice though.
Y'all understand?
Stevie ain't get tips put on. Yeah.
He like
2060 Stevie in this
He's like Stevie on the Holiday in July album. But no,
If Stevie had auto-tune, it'd be Blaze in this motherfucker.
no, Blaze made a good point. Stevie had better head movement. With that shit, he was Ray Charles could hit him with that shit, man.
You said that's what you was doing.
Stevie had better head movement.
Stevie had really with his hand movement.
Ray was just kind of rocking. Stevie would have got out the way.
Ray said, "Put the motherfucker in front of me that owe me the money."
Dodge the shit on stage though. That nigga going into white nigga audiences, nigga playing nigga music. Yeah. So I'm giving it to Ray.
Hey, Ray was on that heroin. If you on that heroin,
it's a rap. It ain't on heroin.
It's a rap. It's a rap.
The weight is off. Stevie sipping wine. He just sipping wine.
That nigga Ray was filling arms and shit, baby.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna work.
Hey, Craig.
Yep.
Who you got in the fight? I want Craig and Fred to answer this. Between Barber and Don King, who gonna win the head up face?
Barber has beat a nigga to. I mean, Don King has beat a nigga to death with his hands.
I'm talking about now. Who gonna fight now?
Don King will beat the damn. This is what you can't get twisted about Don King. Don King was legitimately a gangster.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound it out.
Respect.
Don King.
And he was rich before he got into boxing. Any man that's doing something that he doesn't need but is passionate about it is dangerous because they're really participating because this is fun to them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You can't manipulate him or none of that. I do what I want to do. That's why Don King is so special. He's a little stingy, but he the greatest of all time when it comes to promotion, bro. That whole Thriller. Not Thriller in Manila, and the Rumble in the Jungle. He shut down an entire country, bro.
And he brought James Brown out.
Oh my
God! And I had a whole goddamn concert.
But the move. Oh yeah.
Come on, dog.
The move that Don King articulated in order to meet Ali and get into his good graces, in my opinion, is one of the most creative transition from being a street hustler to a legitimate businessman. You know, y'all know the movie made, right? With Ali. Are you familiar with that? So he had a partner, Don King, that was a musician. I always forget his name, but this dude is he has platinum records. He was fairly, this is another dude who Dewan would probably know of. He was very popular. He's obscure to the common knowledge, but he was popular back in the day. So this was his link to Ali. He never met Ali, right? But he knew I want to transition into managing fighters. So how the fuck do I do this? So he knew Ali was big on the pro-black shit. Big on the pro-black shit. This is one of the most genius moves ever. There was a black-owned hospital in Cleveland that was closing down.
Yep.
Don King didn't really have no ties and affiliation to the hospital, but he knew Ali was on the pro-black shit. This is a black-owned hospital. Let me paint some game around this. So he had the singer reach out to Ali and say, Ali, I got a friend named Don King. He's on the board of this black-owned hospital in Cleveland. It's about to close down. They really need your help. They want to see if they can do an exhibition boxing match.
For real? I didn't know. I didn't know this.
Hey, watch Only in America?
I saw it. I remember this.
And that's how he met Ali. And because of how well that event ran, that was the reason why Ali allowed him to manage him and represent him and articulate a lot of the moves. So that was a great move. Yeah. You know, so I fuck with him on that. And not to mention the pioneer aspect of him when it comes to these TV deals, because he was the first black dude that had oh my gosh,
King Vision.
He's right. Talk about King Vision for the youngsters, man.
Oh man, well I really couldn't see it. My TV was kind of scrambled. So, but yeah, he had both markets. He had Chavez, he had Purnell, and he had Mike. So he had all of North America, man. You know, and he went to Showtime, took Mike Tyson with him, like, you know what, I can do this, and he ended up taking the largest percent ever, you know what I mean, as it pertains to that. And then it's been a steady decline ever since. You know, Murad Muhammad came after him. You know, he did the prison fights, if you remember that. and out of New Jersey, and then it just kept on trickling down, and now we're at the Al Heyman, and now they just giving them upfront money. Here, we're gonna give you $40 million a year now.
What's the difference between let's explain the difference between Al Heyman and Don King, the way that they went about this.
Yeah, I think Don King created the rules. He created the manual. You know what I mean? Because you got to take into account it wasn't that prior. You understand? It's King vision. It wouldn't. Now it can never be Mayweather vision. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I think Don King wrote the blueprint for both sides. You know, the businessmen in the suits and the fighters coming in, and that is how we create contracts to this day. Wow. You get what I'm saying? So I think he's a trailblazer. 1,000%. 1,000%.
So Al Heyman. So the difference in Al Heyman's approach and compared to Don King. One more time, just.
I said Al Heyman had the upfront.
No, I think Al Heyman takes more of the upfront money. But I think where Don King, where Al Heyman is smarter, is he became the advisor. So that makes him Kaiser Sose.
Well, there we go.
You get what I'm saying? So there's no Ali Act against him. He can do anything he wants in boxing. You get what I'm saying? He could be the manager. He could be the promoter. But on paper, he's the advisor. You get what I'm saying? So I think he added that to the game. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that Bob Arum is kind of gets mad at, is that he upstaged him in terms of not being accountable legally.
Right.
Wow. Man, that motherfucker Al Heyman. Al Heyman the coldest motherfucker because he put together all the Michael Jackson tours. So to me, he did the Victory Tour. He did Drake.
You know, he reminds me of that CEO of that company that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Yeah. That made the minimum salary $70,000. That's the salary. Yeah. Al Heyman ain't greedy. He want everybody to eat.
Yeah,
and
I think he shares.
How many pictures is there?
That's how you cover up
all
that shit
10.
on your plate.
Yeah.
You fool? You good? Everybody thinks Sam Watson's Al Heyman.
Right.
Shouts out to Sam. Shouts out to Sam. That's my thing.
Let me ask you a question real quick. We got a fight coming in August, bro. And it's probably one of the biggest fights of the year if your boy keep ducking his third fade. I ain't gonna say your boy, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name because I don't get a nigga no shine. Tyson Blurry.
Right.
You know, it deserves to be talked about. Fades. But August, do you think Manny Pacquiao has a chance against Errol Spence? People are saying it's going to be a close fight. I see a wash. I don't see Manny Pacquiao fucking with because Manny Pacquiao struggles with traditional boxers, like people who are good boxers, and that's what Errol Spence does. He can body work, all that. So you think there's going to be a good fight? Because people are saying it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a wash. But you think Manny Pacquiao has a chance?
I'll simplify it for the viewers. If you look at a Kevin Garnett highlight tape and you look at a Tim Duncan highlight tape and you ask a 7-year-old kid who's the best basketball player, who they gonna say?
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett. And that's basically what you're looking at with Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. Errol Spence is gonna do everything right. Errol Spence is gonna stay behind his jab and he's gonna snake that left hand through. And guess what? That foot pressure and intellectual pressure for 6 rounds will be the death of Manny Pacquiao's rounds 8 through 12. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I think Errol Spence has a great advantage. He has youth power and strength on his side. Manny Pacquiao's gonna come out like a gangbuster.
Always.
But it's gonna be Tim Duncan that wins this fight. You know.
Can you break that down a little further as far as what you said? I'm trying to learn something here. When you were saying that he'll stay behind his jab and that's gonna ruin Pacquiao's 8 to 12. Yeah. Can you explain how that ruins his 8 to 12?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's like a jab is like everything in boxing, right? Everything is set up off of the jab, and I don't think Earl is going to be as front foot dominant as like a Manny Pacquiao, because if you have a jab, Manny Pacquiao with the shorter reach and short in height, he's going to have to take risks. So if he's standing behind his jab, Errol Spence will be able to see that risk. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So he's going to lunge in, he's going to shoot the left hand. You get what I'm saying? Okay. And roll out, and guess what? Right hook. You get what I'm saying? So I think Manny Pacquiao's inability to be Manny Pacquiao in this fight quite possibly could get him hurt and or retired and or stopped.
Well, it's about time because he's been cheating for a long time. We know it.
Facts.
You know.
That nigga was a featherweight?
Great.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. We're gonna bring her up. Yeah, how we gonna school? Let me see.
You want her to bring a chair up?
Yeah.
My chair, would you like to have a seat?
Yeah.
Right, fellas? Let me get that for you. All right. You walk. Come on, dog.
You want to
Slide in the middle. No, come in the middle. Come in the
Slide
middle.
that Hennessy down
I'm
too.
in the middle. I got you. Right?
No.
And what's your name? How you doing, Brianna? Slide over, dog. There's so much going on. This goofy nigga. Where are you actually from?
The Hennessy, sir.
What's up, Michael Fuller?
Man, so man, go ahead and do the honors, man. Let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about the movie and all that stuff, man.
Well, it's a great transition because Muhammad Ali's wife was a great asset to me in this film that I actually directed and produced. And why she was so important, not only was she Muhammad Ali's wife, but she was one of the few people that was in the house when Malcolm X had that conversation about the 9 wives with Elijah Muhammad. She actually took Malcolm X's jacket. And she was talking to Betty Shabazz in the foyer, the living room area, when Malcolm X actually went into the room.
You did?
You look good for your age. You look good for your age. 74 years old. Look good to boy.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. So with that being said, I've obviously had countless conversations with her, and me being a connoisseur of Malcolm X's teachings and information, I was never settled on what happened February 21st, right? I don't agree with how the Nation of Islam explained it, and I don't understand how our history books explain it. I think it was more to do with Elijah Muhammad's interactions with other entities, and so I did a film called 9 Wives, and because since the public knows that one of the big key separations between Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X was that Elijah Muhammad was immoral. Right. And in 2021, we now know that he was immoral because he has all these kids all over the country today, to this day. And so I decided to do a short film on it. And Brianna Michelle is the lead. And I wish I could see if I would have showed y'all this film before, y'all would be blown away.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be directing the film, and I'm supposed to be looking in the monitor. You understand? And I got captivated by her. Obviously, she's beautiful, but she's as beautiful as she is talented. And you are more than welcome. And so what happened is, I'm looking at her act. And when she
looking at her what?
Looking at her. And she get a standing ovation when we're shooting. It's 8 people in the room. They give her a standing ovation. So
that's dope.
She plays one of the wives, and she has a conversation with Elijah Muhammad that the Nation of Islam has never told. Never even wants to talk about. And it's a conversation that these wives wish they could have had. You know. Okay. And it's just an extraordinary. It's just extraordinary. You know, as I said yesterday when we did an interview, it's one of the few times in American cinema where the black woman walks into the scene as a victim and leaves as a superhero. Right. You know,
that's
dope.
That's dope.
Yeah. So introducing Brianna Michelle, man.
Brianna Michelle.
So tell us the character you play in the film.
Well, I'm playing one of the wives, and I met Fred about like 3 or 4 years ago, and he was working on another film, and we met somewhere on Crenshaw.
Yeah, we sure did.
First, just like moving from New York, and something happened with that film, and he was like, when I pick up something else, I promise we're going to work together. And he sent me this script, and it was a 5-page monologue, and it was powerful, just like in the intricacy. Yes, that word.
Yeah. Word. That's a good word. That's a good word.
That wasn't in the monologue.
Or wine or something.
Want some more?
Yeah, I can have some more.
You get her a cup.
Okay.
But big ass.
I'll
do it, girl.
Now let that nigga make sleepy.
Motherfucking wine be bubbling.
I'm telling you. He trying to see your act.
I do have
Cheers.
cheers. Yes.
You did.
And so,
Damn.
so there was a lot of, it's a lot of things going on a lot of things that I had to say and speak of, but I could relate to a lot of it. Speaking of just not having a father, having issues with sexual trauma, dealing with that, moving about, and then being empowered, getting through all that. And it was a lot in that script. It's a lot. I didn't even realize all of the things about Elijah Muhammad and, the research that he did. And, I took it and I
did a fabulous job.
I took it and I ran with it. I took some of my personal experience and I just wanted, I didn't do it to shun anything from the Nation of Islam. I did it for women who want to be empowered or who are empowered after, trauma, any type of trauma. And that's what I did it for.
Wow.
So.
Did you, in the movie, did you guys touch on Master Farad's influence?
Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because the reason why that's important is because I need people to do two things. When you watch the movie, it comes out August 5th. Go to my Instagram and Silent Heroes and click the link that's in my bio. And it's just an extraordinary piece. I want everyone to watch this film with the volume and watch it without.
Right.
And when you watch it without, your question will be answered.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's very powerful. And there's a scene at the end of the film. You're going to realize what I did if you watch it without the volume. You're going to be like, yes, he nailed it.
Okay.
He nailed it. And just to give people just a background, I'm Emmy nominated. I've won the Pan African Film Festival, which is the largest black film festival here in America. So I want y'all to give the same respect to my film that y'all motherfuckers give to everybody else.
You motherfuckers will scroll through Netflix and watch some bullshit. This shit gonna be dope.
And niggas in here do not respect award-winning films.
Well, to the people who don't understand,
Pop, Lock, and Groove. Pop, Lock, and Groove into the grave. Y'all niggas trying to shit on me, nigga.
He directed a film called Pop, Lock, and Groove into the Grave. Look at that. Okay.
Watch it with the volume off.
And you'll see niggas can dance really well. Explain to people how important Master Farad's relationship with Elijah Muhammad is, because that's who gave him the game. But a lot of people don't understand that element. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it was, game. Farad was, according to many accounts, Khalil Ali said he was Pakistani. FBI file says he's from
L.A., right?
Yeah, but he had a house in L.A.
Yeah.
And he actually went to jail for a couple years up north.
It was white.
$200.
Oh, shouts out to
My nigga Olive.
You know we can't pronounce that on this podcast.
shout out to Akeem Olajuwon just gave $200.
O Square.
That was Akeem Olajuwon, nigga. You hating on the team, nigga.
What's your name? Good luck.
Yeah.
They say he was white and black. That's what I hear.
Nah,
too.
he wasn't black. He wasn't black at all.
Okay.
And you could tell by the picture that they promote. You know. And I think it was a game of simple. Oh, those niggas over there, they got the Bible. They ain't never tapped into the Quran.
Right.
We gonna use the Quran. And that's what I believe. And that's what I believe what the game was. You know. Do I believe that it had good intentions? I believe the Nation of Islam had great intentions at its genesis. But when you're promoting black manhood, black masculinity, black fatherhood, and Farad, and you open up your statements every time you speak with Master Farad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there's something wrong there. You understand what I'm saying? You got nine, that we know of. 9 women, 25 different kids,
right,
and 16 unsigned birth certificates, you call the police and you call the police on the woman that you procreated with.
Right. Here's my thing. What? Because in Islam, having multiple wives is accepted. So what's wrong with that? I know why. I know.
Yeah.
He wasn't open about it.
Well, so Malcolm, but Malcolm's issue wasn't the multiple wives. It was the underage part, right?
Yeah, it was the underage part. And here's why that's valid. And I'm going to go forward to go back real quick.
Okay.
Mike Wallace did an interview with Malcolm X's daughter and Farrakhan on CBS. Right. And Mike Wallace said to Farrakhan, Malcolm X put me on the phone with these young girls and told me the story about what went on. And he looked at Farrakhan and said, "You knew about these girls, right?" And he said, "Yeah." He shrunk and shook his head, yes. And the reason, and the reason why that's important, Farrakhan tells a story about him having a meeting with Malcolm X in his house in Queens.
Right.
And he says, he leaves his house, and Farrakhan says, "Well, don't call Chicago until I get home and do so." So at the end of the day, if Farrakhan saying that in that interview, Farrakhan turned his back on the truth in 1963. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Malcolm was speaking the truth. Now, was Malcolm human? Did he have some type of vigor in him? Whatever adjective you want to put on him? Sure, obviously. Right. He's a man's man, right? But at the end of the day, when you're talking about bridging the gap amongst black men and women, I think Farrakhan made a disloyal move. You get what I'm saying? When you know what's happening in Chicago, because Farrakhan got to take the money on the weekends to Chicago once a month.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? How I know that? Because I spent 12 hours with John Ali. I flew to Chicago, spent 12 hours with John Ali. John Ali was the national secretary. He was the guy that actually made the speech by Malcolm X will be suspended for 90 days.
Right.
And he's 93, 94 years old to this day. So I spent a lot of time with Elijah Muhammad's family. And the people, I had conversations with 3 people that were in the house around that time. So it's just important that this story gets out, you know, and it's an important piece. It's a heavy piece. You're gonna have to react to it, and you're gonna have to be confronted with the truth, you know. And that's why I'm asking everyone to go watch this film, man. Click the link in my Instagram bio, Silent Heroes. It's important. And the film is $5.19. Say why.
Why is that?
Malcolm X was born May 19th.
Oh, wow.
I have a question. 2 questions. One, do you blame Farrakhan or do you blame the person that kept putting a part in his head every day for the last... When you keep getting a part in your head, you cannot think straight.
That's not right.
But I want you to talk about, because I know I saw your interview with Wesley Muhammad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all saw his interview with Wesley Muhammad.
No,
I'm just sitting here to say I don't agree with everything Fred does, but I appreciate it, and I learned in my not agreeing with what he does. I took time to listen, and I learned some new shit that made me be like, okay, talk to me about the back. If y'all haven't checked out his interview of Wesley Muhammad on Barbershop Conversation, check it out. What was the reaction to that?
Oh shit! Death threats.
It was deaf people threatening you?
Yeah.
It was this nigga yelling in the phone.
I thought Helen Keller was dead, you know, but yeah, I mean to the hate, death threats. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna this. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? But that conversation with Wesley Muhammad has been brewing in me for a long time.
Right.
Because this motherfucker, man, he lies and lies and lies and lies. He said Malcolm X broke God code. What the fuck is God code?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, who created God code, you know? But he said one thing. He said one thing that really annoyed me. Him and Lamont Hill. What's that nigga name?
Lamont Hill. That coon ass nigga.
Yeah, here's what he said. They were having a conversation in 2018, 2019. I think it was on Malcolm's birthday, May 19th. And he said, and I'm going to quote Wesley Muhammad, Nation of Islam cured Malcolm X of queer. I says, "You dumb bitch." And
I don't want to. Yeah. I know he did that.
Yes.
And
ever since then, I've been biting my tongue because I don't want to have a conversation with him based off opinion, because he's gonna adjective me to death. You get what I'm saying? They learned from Farrakhan. You know what I mean? They nouns and pronouns and subjects and predicates is about 30 minutes long. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to get a word in. So I wanted to talk to him about the facts that I had when I was prepared to do it, because they got a 20-year head start on me, obviously, right? And so that was my the thing that swung the pendulum. Like, I got to go get him.
I didn't know he did that.
Oh, yeah, it's online. It's online. It's 2018, 2019. Yeah. You know,
Marlon Mile was the one that came up with that whole bullshit ass narrative.
Yeah.
So he was pushing a gay agenda.
Yeah. And Marlon Mile was it 2012 came out with that headline. It was Malcolm X gay or some shit like that.
Right.
And he's been pushing it ever since.
Fact.
And that nigga was wearing skinny jeans before skinny jeans, asking somebody else is gay. Marlon Mile, that's some bullshit.
Facts.
Hey, we're gonna go to a break. When we're on the break, DeWine gonna scrape that white shit from the corner of his mouth onto a plate and re-season it so he can re-eat it later on.
Y'all don't understand. It takes about this whole commercial break for Craig to clean his nose out.
We're going to a commercial break.
Somebody said have tone talk.
I'm starving, man. Get something to eat. Hey, Pete. Hey, man, I'm gonna walk down here and grab something to eat, man. Do me a favor, man. Watch my corner for me.
All right, bet. I got you.
All right, bet.
Testing. Test these. Test these. Test these. Bia. Why you acting like a Bia? Why you acting? Please. Honey, please. Crying in the morning, begging in the evening, but I better be stroking tonight.
Karaoke man, what the hell are you doing on my block?
This ain't your corner? Huh? This corner was vacant.
I always knew I'd come face to face with my haters, but I never thought they looked like a dark winged duck. How you on my block with this jewelry on, looking like a Grape Street shaman? You bought that from the Trail of Tears jewelry store? Huh? You just gonna come out here try to steal my customers?
I got here, nobody was here. Hoes needed to be fed. Huh? Your ass know the rules.
Yeah, I know the rules because I created them. But technically, you can't knock my block until one of my customers pull up and choose you.
The only reason why a customer ain't pay me is because your ass is here. That's the only reason. See, bro, I'm not, you look like it. You look like one of them haters. That's the Jew, you hating on my whole game.
This has been my block for 10 years.
Listen, brother, you already know what it is. Don't hate the hoe, hate the game. Huh? I can already see it in your eyes. You one of them hoe-hating ass niggas. Huh? And I know that you've been out here making all this money because you got this prime location right here. Huh? That's what you're scared of. You're scared of the location. You ain't really hating me. You hating the location. Why don't you go somewhere else? Huh? Slang all that big meat somewhere else. Huh? And once I knock one of your customers, this will all be mine.
Oh, you think it's a spot the women want? You know what? I'm going to back up and let you showcase. I'm going to let you do your thing. You know, you ain't nothing but a hobo on house arrest, man. I'm not going to hate the game. You know, you think it's the block these hoes want? These bitches is pulling up for me, man.
Yes.
Hey, I'm here for the sex you ordered.
I ordered the to win an argument and the sex.
Okay, that's me.
You got the Bluetooth? All right, turn around. Stop. All right, come on.
Hey, I'm here for the sex you ordered.
I ordered the manly man and being supportive and sex.
That's me.
Hold on. You got the Bluetooth?
Right here.
Okay. But let me see what you're working with. That'll do. Come on. So why was you late?
You know what? I was late. That's my fault. It was my fault. I'm not gonna argue. I was wrong.
Yeah, because men are stupid, right?
Oh man, we are so stupid, baby. Why would I argue with that? Men are dumb. We are complete idiots.
Yeah, and cereal and soup is the same thing, ain't it?
Cereal and soup are actually the same thing. You are correct. This is crazy.
Yeah, you should have soup when you're hungry and thirsty, shouldn't you?
You should actually eat soup when you're hungry and thirsty at the same time. You are absolutely correct, baby.
Ain't that right?
You're right. I'm not gonna argue. You're right.
Lay down.
I got you, baby. Whatever you need. You need somebody to take the garbage out, change the oil in your car. You need me to give your mother a ride to work?
Yeah.
You need me to stay home while you go to nursing school?
Yes, and when I study, can you please help me out with some flashcards?
Oh, I got you. And I'm gonna pay your credit card bill.
Ooh.
Hey, and I'm gonna take you shopping. I'm gonna support you. And I'm gonna be a manly man while I do it.
Listen here, Mr. Sex Appeal. Huh? Women know me around here. I'm a crooner. Huh? Women come to me to have a good time. That's it. Huh? See, and once one of your customers coming to me, I'm gonna take them to karaoke, and this whole shit gonna be mine.
You're doing too much like a sensei with a felony karate use charge.
See, you see, that's all you like to do is slang meat, big meat, freezer meat, way back in the freezer meat. When you pull it out, it fall and hit your feet, and you gotta walk around like this. Ooh, shit. That's what you do, huh? I got medium meat, huh? And the hoes love it because I show them a good time. I dance for them first. Huh? That's what I do. Huh? They smile. I ain't got enough meat to feed a whole barbecue, not a whole family, but I got a hot link slider. You know what I'm saying? See, you probably got enough meat to start your own political party, a party of mediocrity. See, some people Democrats, some people Republicans, some people left wing, somewhere in the middle, and some people don't even belong to a house. But you in the mediocrity. That's what you is.
I ain't never had not near feeling for a customer. I'm heartless.
Not near? Action.
Yeah, man. I just double checked. I'm leaving the cemetery. The bitch is dead, man. I know, I wish she would have gave me some warning. I left all my baseball cards at her house. Not near.
You in the mediocrity, and guess what I'm in, huh? I'm the fun party, huh? My party come with confetti, huh? I see a bitch, I just throw confetti all on their face. You know what?
Look here.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna stay right here. What you gonna do about it, Commando? Baby, stop running around. Ooh! Oh, shit, this nigga's crazy.
What's going on, world? I appreciate the support, man. I got my own merchandise. I got a roast button here, my own product. The Kraig Smith roast button. It has 5 1-minute roasts on it. Ha ha! My house shit changes.
Man, support. Look, if I owe you something, I'm not gonna be able to give it to you, but if you want it, you can get it from God, my Nick.
Good evening. I brought all of y'all out here today because we getting ready to go march. We gonna march so that we can ride at the front of the bus. Excuse me, sir. Instead of marching to ride at the front of the bus, how about we march to own our own bus lines? Shut up, nigga.
Jesus? What's the Wi-Fi passcode?
Yeah, listen, I know you married my baby mama. You can have her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to hear nothing about you whooping my little girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? You whoop her again, and I'm coming over there. Like it or not, Charlie, I'm the new stepdad. My house, my rules. And if your little girl gets out of line while she's over here, she's gonna get spanked. Bro, she 3 years old. You whoop her again, I'm coming over there, and I'm gonna put hands on you. I don't care how old she is. She gets out of line, she's gonna get whooped, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And if you don't like it, come over here now then. Oh, straight up? All right, I'm on the way. All right, cool. Man, I'm a black belt. I wonder who that is. Oh man, it's Charlie. He got over here fast. Honey? Charlie's down here. Can you go out and talk to him, please? Come on outside, bro. Oh, man. Oh, man. Honey! I'm gonna call the cops.
Fill that void and build a spaceship. And since all gold comes from an asteroid, this is the great bombardment of large men. I'm big, fresh, no guess, like I broom the room key. I know it, and stay around white like coons be. A poet in a glass, been a blast, it's spinning with center gas. About to doubt you and route to out you. But I have nothing to hide. Offered a prostitute a ride cause I was feeling obliged. What we have is a granddaughter too good for her grandfathers. Committed a manslaughter and murdered the hand taught her. That bitch called life, that piss poor wife. Be here when everything is cool but gone when ain't shit right. Jumped in the pool with a cigarette and a stick won't light. Diamante. Check it out, man. Download that Chill Withers album, man. Chill. No, nigga, you need to chill. Sometimes you gotta let shit happen, even if it's negative. Just so you can figure it out. Y'all niggas is suckers, man. You probably got a hell of a dare card collection, don't you? Chill with her, chill with her, chill with her. What you say, Carl? Well, you know I know that. But why wouldn't I do what you're telling me to do now? I'm here because of you, Lord. Because of you, I walk by faith and not by sight. Well, exactly. When I was in the penitentiary, wouldn't nobody... Okay. Well, what does that mean to me? Exactly, Lord. Exactly. That's why I love you, God. A personal relationship. Brother, what brings you to our beautiful church today?
I've been on drugs my whole life. It's taking everything from me.
I thought it was going to help me with my cardio. And I can't stop snitching.
Listen, man, I got the dope right here.
He got the dope. I see it.
Lord, you've heard this man's heart, God. Bless this man and give this brother a miracle. He's gotten you off the drugs. It's a miracle.
Oh my God, hallelujah, I'm off of drugs.
What is this, brother? Who does it belong to?
It's cocaine right there. You know anything about that?
No.
God! The Lord tells me you've been hiding some things, brother. The Lord tells me you have a serious case of hepatitis B. The Lord has also told me that you're a heavy eater. That when you pass gas, there's weight to it. Thank you, Lord, for that word. Lord also tells me that when you eat, you pick the food out your teeth, re-season it, and re-swallow it. I see here that you actually borrow money from the police. Thank you, God. If I owe you something, I'm not going to give it to you, so you're better off getting it from God, my Nick.
You're down, so I don't need no hands or action.
Ready and go.
Of hepatitis B. It's the Lord, what you say, God? Okay, Lord has also told me that you're a heavy eater. That when you pass gas, there's weight to it. Thank you, Lord, for that word.
I needed to see Eugene the evangelist. I knew I needed to see Eugene the evangelist. I knew I needed to see Eugene, the gangster evangelist. Man, your reputation on the streets is unbelievable. You have no idea what's been going on with me. I've been messing around with drugs my whole life. I'm talking about years. I thought cocaine was the answer. Have you ever seen anybody fat on cocaine? Absolutely not.
All right, ready? Hold on, and go.
What you say, God? Well, you know I know that. But why wouldn't I do what you're telling me to do now? I'm here because of you, Lord. Because of you, I walk by faith and not by sight. Well, exactly. When I was in the penitentiary, wasn't nobody, okay. Well, what does that mean to me? Exactly, Lord. Exactly. That's why I love you, God. Personal relationship. Brother, what brings you to our beautiful church today?
First, thank you for seeing me. Yes!
Guess what, y'all? I have a new product.
It's
called the 6'9" Snitch Finger.
Show do not have a goddamn. Is that a lace front beard?
You just put it on.
Hey, man, I'm about to get, man, I wish I knew who the fuck said that shit.
And point to the person you're snitching on.
Bitches go home for Christmas.
Man, I ain't
It was this nigga. It was that nigga here. It was this nigga here. This nigga here. I wanted to go home, nigga.
$25 plus shipping and handling.
Are these only 2 hours?
Huh?
They show 2 hours?
Yeah, we do like around 2 to 2.5 sometimes, but this one won't be 2.5. Wow. So, how did y'all meet, man?
Nah, we just social media.
Social media.
DeJuan was looking for a succotash recipe.
I cut my elbow on your nose, nigga. That's a sharp ass elbow you got, nigga. Nigga, how your nose getting paper cuts?
DeJuan sweating nougat, nigga.
Nougat? No, he the color of nougat, nigga. Ain't no God. You can't sweat that. That's his color. That nigga Kraig can smell the inside of your headband right now, nigga.
That nigga DeJuan. That nigga DeJuan got 27 different snores.
So he used a different snore. It got funny after I started thinking.
Yeah, that nigga funny. Yeah. So Fraggle Rock character looking ass nigga.
You got a mixtape of snores coming out. Check that out, man. It's gonna be fire.
The one and Pie look like Angry Bird characters.
If you don't sit your whack thought looking ass down, nigga.
Nigga, Otto look like he drive a Pinto in this motherfucker.
nigga like Andre 3. Nigga.
I'm baffled because I don't understand how
you are killing her ears.
Yeah, you are killing her ears.
Popping up like a scary movie.
Killing her ears and your ass.
I'm low-key baffled.
That nigga popping up like Toasty. Nigga popping up like Toasty in this motherfucker. All the way in.
That nigga breath smelling like Charlie's armpits. Nigga.
They actually don't. You can ask her. She'll tell you.
They got the dirty Diana.
Charcoal black. I was just wanting to talk about the wrong. But I was
You
going to
have
say
leather on the side of your shades, nigga.
In the summer.
I do.
In the summer.
That's game over.
Leather.
Hey, on my shades.
Hold on, man. You are shoulder raping her.
I ain't trying to get a bra strap on it.
I'm gonna leave my sin on her. I promise you that.
She'll call me.
She was on me when I kept leaning in.
Wow, on fire today. So what do you want people to take away from this film?
Simply the truth. You know, it's the other half of the story that the Nation of Islam don't tell. And it's just very important that we tell our own history. And I'll say this. No, JEW's money was in this game. I'm not the algorithms and stuff.
Right.
You know, only money that touched this project was mine.
Right.
You know, the only intellectual property that touched this mine was mine, along with my team that helped, Brianna's input and everyone else that did, you know. And I think it's important that we get clear and concise stories as it pertains to this, because I think there's a great void as it pertains to this story, you know. And I think that not just every word in this movie is accurate, every syllable is accurate. You know, every scene, the camera cuts are intentional. The silence in this film is intentional. And Brianna did a hell of a job make my words on this paper come to life. And I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful for her for that. And it's just important that we go watch this film, man. And the Nation of Islam is not going to respond to y'all, so y'all are safe out there, okay? They going to come for me. So go to my Instagram. You guys see it on the screen. Silent Heroes. Click the link in my bio. It comes out August 5th. Pre-order. I think we had 973 pre-orders to date just for, you know. So that's a good number for an independent filmmaker. I turned down $1 million deal from Warner Brothers, you know.
Talk that shit.
Yeah.
If you need anything else, I got some shit, Warner Brothers.
Take the money and let me rob you.
Yeah. I know he turned you down.
Hey, they gonna give you the money to be Medea's sister, nigga.
Fact.
13 million?
Facts.
Would you do it?
For 13 million?
Be Medea's sister?
13 million? No sex scenes. You just...
13 million?
No.
You have to like grandmama dunking on
Adam
motherfuckers.
been saying no. I believe Chris.
No homosexual activity.
zero.
Not even pump faking.
No Mrs. Doubtfire.
None of that.
Grandmama from the free throw line with 2 hands. You do that?
None of that, man. Yeah, you can find another nigga for that.
It's
real.
You better not take my idea.
Why put me in the dress when there's another nigga out there willing to give up their ass? Why I gotta do something? It's motherfuckers, that's what they do. Why I gotta do some gay shit, nigga? That ain't what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They all around Hollywood. People who do that voluntarily.
Yeah.
Go get one of them niggas.
We're not even gonna get into them, but yeah, man, nah, I'm the wrong one, man.
That nigga Kraig,
So-
that's serious.
I'm glad.
That nigga Kraig almost punched the soundboard when you said that.
Yeah, you got what I'm saying? You gotta ask niggas like that.
Why he got? Well, he always got to put food and drinks in his. That nigga said, punch the soundboard.
You just put some bacon.
Why I gotta punch it? Why can't I sock it? Why I gotta
Punch
punch
is
it?
a
always talking about food.
No, if I was talking about fun, punch is the color of your pimples, nigga. Goddamn.
Always thinking about recipes.
Shut up, Donatello. Get the fuck on out of here.
This motherfucker look like a marshmallow. You know what I'm saying? If you took a marshmallow on a stick and put it over a fire and pulled it out way too soon, the shit look like the wine.
That was way too
It's just a fact. Some facts, brother, you got to take them how they come. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was too long, man.
You look like
Get
somebody.
your Mario Kart headband having ass out of here, nigga. Come on,
Mario Kart got headbands. Mario Kart got headbands. I ain't unlocked that level. All right, for sure. You look like somebody was making you out of Play-Doh and quit. Like fuck it, I don't want to do this no more. Where the video?
Put it away.
Huh?
Put it away.
Yeah, tired. Them chiclet teeth having ass on out of here, nigga. Get the fuck on out of here.
You talking about spaces between you?
This motherfucker put eyebrow color on his face. Goddamn it! Fuck on out of here.
DeJuan did a sit up in '86. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe me. I'm not bullshit.
All right, let me ask the young lady a question. So what kind of motivation? What motivated you in this character? Like what was the choice? What were some of your A choices and B choices as an actress in playing this role?
There's a lot of relatability in things like I mentioned before, as far as the fatherlessness, the sexual assault, the sexual abuse, overcoming that, being empowered and being liberated. So I really used substitutions in my life. Really, I used my dad who wasn't really there. I used my uncle who, assaulted me as a child, and that related to me because Elijah Muhammad was, manipulating and having sex with these younger girls. Right. So I used that. So I just used my personal experiences and into that character and just empowered her too, with the words from the paper, to be honest. So that's what I use. I just really use substitutions, and I take, acting classes, Ivana Chupak's, and that's what they tell you to do is use yourself and use your experiences and use people that have affected you in ways and use it and spill it out, so it's kind of just a release too. So there's a lot of relatability to these young girls that, were affected by, that's trauma.
What was the most challenging thing about the film?
A lot of it was challenging. I remember I was telling Fred too, like all the time that I was rehearsing, it was a lot of times there was a lot of tears, because it was bringing back a lot of triggers of things in my life and my experiences. And then I thought about it. I'm like, what would she want? What would she want to feel after saying, being able to say these things to a man that, truly changed her life, a man that she looked up to.
Right.
But now he's on his deathbed. He can't respond. So she's able to say whatever she wants without a response.
Right.
And leave feeling liberated, and empowered by that, and starting her journey with all that off of her back. So.
Wow. So that goes into the next question I was going to ask. At what point did the character stop being a victim?
I think as soon as she walked in that room. She really, I think there was something to say about, I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to release all this energy that I have in me and just say what I need to say so that way I can continue my life in the best way I can.
Right. That's big. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
I want to see this movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I want to see this shit. I want to see this shit.
Yeah. It's the best 15 minutes you're gonna spend in front of your TV screen, cell phone. I guarantee you.
What's the name of the movie again?
9 Wives. 9 Wives. Go to my bio on my Instagram and click the link and pre-order it. It comes out August 5th, which is 2 weeks from today.
Right.
And we got a screening August 1st. You coming? It's limited capacity, or else I could invite all y'all. But
Right,
I know.
yeah.
Sneak in. All right, feel free to sneak in. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? All right, two of y'all can come. Two of y'all can come. Y'all figure it out. It's gonna be in.
DeJuan gonna be there, but he wanna know if he could bring his own casserole in.
Eat it off his lap.
Well, that was funny as fuck.
Well, I mean,
hey, I like a good fat joke, man.
That's in Santa Monica, so it might be shepherd's pie, right?
Here comes Tower with a low-hanging fruit joke about to fuck the whole momentum. He about to fuck the whole momentum out. He don't catch some fruit off the ground that's already rotten and be like, here.
This one's way different. Check it out.
Whenever that nigga say low-hanging fruit, he getting mad.
Yeah, he get mad. You know DeJuan don't know nothing about no motherfucking fruit, bro. Like, this nigga ain't had a fruit since the 90s. Crisscross.
You ain't seen a toothbrush since the 90s.
Motherfucker ate his toothbrush.
Let me ask you a question about the
That nigga said, fuck Todd questions.
No, I was just gonna say I'm glad that he's doing this filmmaking thing and everything. No.
I'm gonna stop that joke.
I'm glad you know that you're doing the movie. The movie sounds great. I didn't like the first Fugees album. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The way you did that.
But you got a Fugees headband on.
Yeah.
This ain't Wyclef. Okay. All right.
So thank you, man.
Yeah, that's good. The whole time, I'm like, damn, Wyclef making movies and shit. I'm all into this shit. You know a lot about boxing inside of Wyclef. Y'all don't know.
Richard
Pryor, Daddy, which way is up?
Hey, Fred, I would like to, as a guest, as you've been a guest, I'd like to apologize. You know, all the good jokes he had, he wrote the motherfuckers down this past week waiting for me.
Talking about he met this nigga at the barber shop.
He didn't know you were coming. So he didn't have no time to prepare anything good. You know
talking about he met you at the barber shop. Knock it off, nigga. You thought it was a barbecue spot. I walked into the wrong place.
I'll be back in November.
You look like a Ty, you look like an autistic Mr. Fuji, nigga.
Do you know who Mr. Fuji is?
Autistic Mr. Fuji over here.
That's fucking funny. Hold on. Before you say that, hold on. I want to ask you my brother a question. You got to get to something real.
Ty got back teeth fronts.
See, I'm glad Kraig said something. Kraig head looked like somebody played an overtime football game on top of that motherfucker. It was a hell of a game. Triple overtime.
Definitely, man.
You didn't bomb, but shut up. Now, I'm going to ask you a question real quick, Fred. Are you ready for the YouTube videos? Are you ready for this backlash from this movie? Because what you're doing is, I'm saying, you know, it's controversial.
Yeah.
Then dealing with the Farrakhan, dealing with the nation, period. You know what I'm saying? So, are you ready? Because they're finna fact check everything you say.
Sure.
So, are you ready for that?
Yeah, man. I'm short, black as midnight, grew up on food stamps.
Talk about it.
658 West Florence Avenue. What's tougher than that?
658, that means he was over there near Hoover.
Hoover and Figueroa.
See, I know LA got that.
Right by. Yeah, right by. You know what I mean? And the fact that I come from a strong mother and that told me to believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Truth lasts longer than anything. You know what I mean? We talking about Malcolm X 56 years later.
Yeah.
A man that's never met him.
That's a fact.
A man that has a family that's allocating thousands upon thousands of dollars to tell the truth.
That's a fact.
So the truth is going to last longer.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm prepared. You know, I got a decent knuckle game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But outside of that, you know what I mean? I keep pepper spray in my pocket.
You ain't got good.
I'm messing with you.
We got a world class fortune cookie baker. You gonna be alright, nigga. You gonna be alright.
Kraig like to swim in that t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great answer.
No, but at the end of the day, I'm not concerned with that at all. You know, I think it's important that the humans that we get the truth. Yes. Like and I stand on that. You know, this was a cathartic experience for me. You know, I had to become a better man because I could have did this in my 30s and base it off opinions. But I flew thousands of miles, had over 100 interviews and or conversations, spent thousands of dollars on it, my money, my time, and you're going to see that. You're going to hear Elijah Muhammad's family's voice in this movie.
Right.
Elijah, I'm going to tell y'all something. Elijah, I made appointments to interview some of Elijah Muhammad's family. They're homeless.
Wow.
they had to reschedule because they said I'm trying to find a place to stay. You understand what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And it's gonna come through in this movie. And when you hear first person accounts,
first person.
Everything on my
primary
Instagram,
source. For people who understand, the primary source is it.
Yeah.
Like, and I have a comment to make to people. I see people in the comments saying that, you know, the Nation of Islam got hit as Fred better watch out. This is a message to my brothers in the Nation of Islam, because I don't have any beef with you. You know what I mean? I'm not a part of the Islam thing, but, you know, I fucks with Farrakhan. I had my own issues when I first saw Fred do his interview with Wesley Muhammad and when I first heard this movie was coming out. But I decided to hear the brother out. One thing we can't go to is, oh, the Nation of Islam going to respond with violence. This is the reason why we can't go there, black people, and this is to you, Nation of Islam specifically. I love y'all. But if you can't respond with violence with them folks, don't do it with our folks. Because at that point, I lose all respect for you. You know, I have zero respect for someone who's willing to respond with violence with us. Yeah. But then when they do it, now we got to have a civil conversation. Right. Be who you be. If you're going to be a killer with everybody. Yeah. If you're going to handle hands, do hands with everybody. Right. Or if you can be civil with them, that means you can be civil with your brother, whether you agree or disagree. Mm-hmm. And I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the fence about what's going to happen.
But that's called being fair. Niggas ain't fair. No. Yeah. So that's never going to happen.
What I'm saying is they're in a position of where they're trying to recruit people for their cause. Okay, if you want people to see your cause as just, you have to be as civil with your brother as you are with that man. Right. Or if you're going to be hands with them too. Yeah. I'm cool with it either way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let it be hands with everybody if it's going to be hands with everybody. But if it ain't going to be hands with them, don't let it be hands with your brother. That's all I'm saying.
Real talk. That's why I respect the Hebrew Israelites. Them niggas fight whoever.
And them niggas will argue with whoever. Damn. All them Hebrew Israelites just like Todd, motherfucker.
See, I knew Dunk was gonna love that.
Niggas do everything but play football, and they dress like they're ready for it. I have yet to see a Hebrew Israelite football game, and I'm disappointed. No, but okay, yeah, I'm with you, man. But I don't think that, you know, I don't know.
Now this is for the people out there that's commenting on that. Like
they say bullshit.
People out there trying to they try to egg things on, and for the people out there trying to egg things on, you off code if you trying to egg things on between black folks.
Straight up. Yeah, and the fact that they're asking that question raises concerns.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? The fact that black people have that thought, the fact that they want to debate those other people. You get what I'm saying? When Vlad and everybody else makes comments, or the Jewish guy says something, let me come on your platform and debate you.
Yeah, Vlad should definitely be ran.
Yeah, Vlad. Yeah, if you gonna be hands, I ain't saying that.
Yeah, you know, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, like keep it thorough, but it's not that easy. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's a tough trait, being solid.
Yeah.
You know, that's take accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Is crucial.
I knew he was straight when he said Florence and Hoover. I said, "Oh, he got this shit."
Yeah. Florence and Hoover. That's right close to Gage.
Gage.
Exactly what that is.
Okay, so to wrap up the whole movie experience, what do you want people to take from your performance?
I always say, because I did this for women to be empowered and liberated from whatever they experienced trauma-wise. I always feel like healing looks good on you. And, you know, whatever you may be going through, know that once you really talk through things and you get things off, whether it's therapists, whether it's innovative therapy, you know, again, like I have a nonprofit organization too that works with survivors of sexual violence, you know, because... You know, I really went into this with so much, you know, triggers and things of that nature. And I just want women to be empowered and know that whatever they're going through, they can get through. And that's it, really. And just know that, you know, we're stronger than we think we are when we go through things. And no matter how long it takes you to get through it, you shall get through. But again, healing looks good on you. So start whatever healing journey you need to get to where you need to be your best self. So.
That's good.
We love black women on the Kraig Fac.
Yes, we do.
I love black men too.
We sock niggas out for black women. You know
I need some healing too.
Well, no, we'll sock niggas out, but he'll punch them.
And you will peck him with your nose, nigga. Fuck you.
Okay, I like that. it sounds like you were very motivated. I'm excited to watch your performance because of how you.
Love it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll be there. Any other films coming up after or?
Yeah, I got some projects I want to get out. I'm not going to disclose them now because I'm not even in
right.
Not even in pre-production yet because I got to promote this film for the next 3 months, and but this film is so fucking important, man. This is like a life project for me. You know, like Malcolm X was my masculinity. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't have a father. You know, every time I go to New York, I drive past my father's burial site to drive to Ferncliff to go visit Malcolm X. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I intentionally took my time with this. I intentionally traveled the country. I intentionally heard from only primary resources. So when you come and want to fact check me, I have the interviews on wax to present to you and say, this is what he said. This is what Elijah Muhammad family members said. This is what the national secretary who said, quote, I was with Elijah Muhammad every day. You get what I'm saying? So I spent 12 hours with the man. You get what I'm saying? So I intentionally was intentional on this project, was delicate with it, and it's going to raise a lot of hairs. It's going to answer a lot of questions. It's going to have you ask a lot of questions. You're going to be outraged. You're going to be happy. Some people may even be vindicated, you know. I have some interviews that can't be released till Farrakhan dies. That's how big this project was.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I have some NDAs and stuff that I have to abide by. You know, so that's why I'm asking everyone to go to my Instagram, Silent Heroes, and click the link in my bio. It's $5.19 in honor of Malcolm X's birthday. The more people that watch it, the more answers we'll have. You know, because it's going to encourage you to seek the truth.
Right.
You know, and this absolutely this movie doesn't have all the answers, but it's a great fucking attempt at honesty. You get what I'm saying? And I can't wait till August 1st till everyone gets to see it. And then y'all repost and share it, and it's not a lot of money in the budget, you know what I mean? But I heard word of mouth is powerful, so I'm holding everyone that hears this accountable to spreading the news.
Right.
Heard it or you believe it?
Both. I'm gonna go see I can't handle a comeback.
It's not that Otto says anything. It's that nigga real intimate. I love the air between you. Everything about the air between you. Nigga off the bill.
That's funny. So I know Todd is working on the film and he's looking for a producer to put up some money. We got Pop Locking
to the grave.
To the grave too.
Pop Locking Groove to the
How
grave.
much money can we get out of you to produce Todd? So full.
By looking at this nigga.
First of all, wait a minute. Hold up. Because did you see anybody who's seen Pop Locking Groove into the grave? All y'all that was out there, your lyrics see popping, all y'all that's been out there looking out there for the shit and seen it. What y'all think about Pop Locking Groove into the grave? Because the shit's funny.
It's funny.
I haven't seen it, but I definitely have. I definitely have 40. But I got 48 projects that I got to get through with first.
Before you get to Pop Locking
Groove. I got to get through my first 48.
Okay.
First 48. The first 48.
I got projects I ain't even thought of yet that I'm fucking with. Fuck with that. But once it.
49 to the grave.
Look, you see Moochie Smooth up there, funny and dope. You see it out there, let's die.
I said Pop Locking to the groove to the garbage can. I don't agree with that.
That's one motherfucker.
I don't agree with that.
I ain't got no projects right now, man. So I got 2 bags of potato chips and some chewing gum.
That's why this is the perfect time for you, Blaze. You should challenge for the Intercontinental Championship right now.
Ooh, yeah.
At this premiere is the time, bro.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Blaze on leg drop, y'all.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. I love wrestling.
Listen here, brother.
See that? He really got the glasses from Macho Man.
Man, that's funny to mother. You want to say something about Africa?
I ain't got shit to say.
The art of fighting fisticuffs came from Africa, right?
It did.
Yeah, all that shit.
First, no, I'm talking about the actual art of it.
Yeah, the Montu arts and all that shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, all that. And also, not just that. You know what I mean? Shouts out to the Moors. You know, the Dragon Moors and the Phoenix Moors. You know, the Phoenicians went around.
We got to promote a fight between that commentator and Fred that said he looked like Michael Collier, man. We gonna get that promote this fight.
I ain't never got that.
Say it to his face.
I got Baby Bron, but I ain't never got Michael Collier.
Baby Bron up in there. They called you White Clever.
I remember he was on Venice Beach. I was a kid. He was on Venice Beach.
Yeah, out there doing jokes. Yeah,
Stop by and watch that nigga throw him a couple $.
Yeah, back in '91.
Yeah,
he was out there.
Easily.
That dude is one of the funniest dudes in the world.
Yeah, he is.
Shout out to Michael Collier.
Hey, on the left side of your bite mark is just space.
That's how that nigga used to guess on the Scantron. The left always
Okay,
won.
Dunk.
Never failed. I'm sorry.
Dunk got the black fingertips look like he been stuffing muskets all day.
What's a musket? You always
Civil War vet.
Civil War vet. They got them gunpowder.
You look like you got a whole week of tuna sandwiches set up. Nigga. You grind for you leave the crib.
Look like you be making charcoal art. You just came back from a background check, my niggas. You still got this.
Hey, why the white words on your shirt dirty, nigga?
Nigga got dingy white birds. I've never seen
This motherfucker's been fingerprinted
Look at that.
28 times.
Hey, look at the white on your bandana and look at the white on your shirt. Two different whites. And they got a dingy white and a dirty white.
When this nigga play the keyboards, you can see little dust, black dust on the keys, nigga. That's how you can tell what he played. Oh, nigga, you play Tears of a Clown. Okay.
If you don't get your money wrong, look at that.
This nigga's a musical
If you don't get out here and money wrong,
do you see?
If you don't get out here, you gonna fight the Thundercats.
And if you can see it live, if you shine the light, you can see the dust coming off the motherfucker when you really get into
That's
it.
not funny at all. But money wrong from Thundercats.
That nigga playing some Stevie Wonder.
Get your ass out
When
here.
you really get into it,
Tears of a Clown.
niggas in there. But that's the part. That's the part that makes it worse.
The one you like a teriyaki meatball. Don't jump in. Don't jump in, fat boy.
Hold on, man. Nick. Hold on. I'm not gonna take jokes from a jerk chicken finger having ass nigga over here. You black nigga, motherfucker. That's cool. And then I get that goddamn sugar you got on your nigga. You like you been finger banging orcas, nigga. Who the fuck on out of here?
You finger bang jelly donuts.
This motherfucker over here.
You put 5 jelly donuts.
If you don't get your fresh oil change having ass hands on out of here, nigga, you look like you can't
fish fat back.
If you don't get your garbage truck hands having ass on out of here, nigga. This garbage, not the regular trash can, the big one, the big waste can. No, I'm a human, nigga. No, I'm a human, nigga. Your fingers are as dark as the rims of your glasses, nigga. Get your weak ass on out of here. Nigga, you look like you got rings around your eyes, nigga. What the fuck on out of here?
You know nigga mad when he get there. Yeah.
No, nigga. You know you lost out on jokes, nigga. Nigga,
Get that nigga.
you look like you got a bald head, nigga. Get your bald head ass on out of here. Yeah, I'm fat, but you look like Joe Levert.
Have you ever seen Dunk Barbecue? You ever seen Dunk Barbecue? He do just like this. He just grab whatever. It don't matter. The hands is flame retarded.
This nigga, hey, no time.
The codes and everything.
This nigga,
team up because you hurt. Go ahead.
this nigga, no, you brought me into this. Nigga, your elbows look like this nigga Otto's glasses. Nigga, fuck on out of here. Same tone.
Who, man?
No, that only work on you, nigga. It's a
You got
contrast.
white shit in your mouth.
But you can't tell. You can't tell on me,
You think
nigga.
I'm lying?
You can't tell.
What am I lying?
It's like a chalkboard on you, though.
It's an old Japanese lady buried in his backyard.
Who goes into a store and picks a shirt that color? Like, this is what I really came here for. I drove all the way to Glendale for this. They only got this in the Glendale Galleria. Like, you gotta go to a certain
This nigga's
spot.
favorite car is a Honda Prelude.
98?
You know that motherfucker.
They started making those in 98.
Craig went into the store and said, I need an all-purpose shirt. I need to be able to work out in this motherfucker, play football, and go to a job interview. That nigga black fingertips get bad when he jokes. That nigga shoot ink like a motherfucker octopus.
That's 3 fingertip jokes. Come on, you're a comedian.
You got 4 black fingertips, nigga.
Boo, boo. Boo, nigga, come on.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Breakfast. Sausage.
Oh, come on. Otto, you fucking up the momentum.
You shit your little homeless mustard.
Damn, Otto.
This nigga's the leader of a illegal teriyaki sauce ring.
Hey, man, that teriyaki sauce got me sick. That shit got me sick, nigga. Don't ever sell me that much teriyaki sauce.
If you was to walk into a forest that looked like Craig's hair, you gonna die in the movie. You gonna die in the movie.
This nigga's a comedian, man.
That shit like Blair Witch on the outside before you walk in.
That nigga should have to test to be a comedian every year.
Just don't put your finger in the test or it's gonna turn black.
4 fingertip jokes.
This nigga sued.
That's just trash.
This nigga sued Yoshinoya for culture appropriation.
Duncan laughed like he got one of them old cigarette lighters in his throat. It was to pop out.
I should have
His eyes. Laugh. Ass nigga.
Smile, nigga. You got a big 6 in your mouth.
You can tell you just got your new teeth off Amazon, nigga. You ready to show them up.
You can't buy teeth on Amazon. I think you can.
They got the black tint to them, so you're right. You probably had them for a long time.
So how long is that?
Time to shoot your shot.
While everybody's distracted.
I'm ready. Do you? I know that you do.
I'm just trying to carry on.
This nigga put on a Karate Kid to watch Karate Kid.
I was gonna let you know they didn't cook your shirt all the way.
Top pajamas got buttons.
You look like you drive a convertible down the street, nigga.
That's good.
Not a cool one, them old ones, like.
Oh
yeah, okay.
The wine is a good Samaritan.
This nigga Craig got the tickle me Elmo laugh.
Oh, shit.
That's great.
I want you to know where jokes are.
We gonna wrap up the show, man. That's about 15 minutes.
Rock'em sock'em robot looking nigga, fuck you.
If we say low hanging fruit, I'm in trouble.
Craig almost got tie teeth.
A motherfucker sat a piece of fruit on Dewan's plate and he got offended. What the fuck is this? What you trying to say?
Did you say that outside? I think he did.
That's the last time you heard about fruit.
Ty's Dennis is one of the Mexicans at Pickle Park. All right, man. Shit, tell them where they can find you, Big Nasty.
Tell you gonna be at Big Nasty Night Strip.
Oh, my bad, man. You can find me on Instagram. It's Autobots. I love your life. Love yours. Rest in peace, bruh, man. Yes, sir. Teron Brown.
Yeah, rest in peace. Bruh, man, passed? Oh, nah, the homie.
Man, this is another guy.
Homie from Pasadena look like bruh, man. Yeah, young cat. He put 30.
That's crazy.
Died from corona, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, big dude.
Died from some shit named after a beer.
Yeah. I'll be damned if I die from Zima. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Zima ain't gonna get me.
You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker better not croak from smeared off.
Yeah.
Smeared off, I got this smeared off ice.
Yeah, rest in peace to the homie, man. That's unfortunate. Damn.
Would niggas stop drinking Hennessy if there was a Hennessy flu?
Of course not.
Find me at Mr.
Go ahead.
Of course not.
Go ahead, Shay Duncan.
I was going to say that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm finna set it off with Che Ibukwene. For my Nigerian people, you know, I'm from Nigeria. You know what I mean? My daddy. Oh, no. I'm not him. Shout out to my nigga Dozy, man. Overseas, man. Hope you safe, my nigga.
Straight up, have fun out there,
man. Yeah,
vaccination shots.
Nah, he already got one, nigga. Yeah, you need one, nigga. that nigga need a vitamin D12 shot, nigga. Nah, but Mr. underscore Duncan Penner Hughes on Instagram. Fuck with my mixtape that's coming out called Nothing Special this fucking Saturday, July 24th. Sapiosexual still out there. Sound packs. What else? Nerd Gang clothing. Get you some of that. This ain't what that is, but get you some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dope shit. We got that. And yeah, that's about it, man.
Man, beautiful. Tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Brianna Michelle. You can find me at I am Brianna Michelle and my nonprofit at Voices Beyond Assault. And definitely get 9 Wives August 5th. Check us out, support us. And it's also on my bio as well. 519. Yeah, thank you, Kraig.
One second. You said something very important. You said you have a nonprofit, and yes. I couldn't hear the name clearly. Can you say what it is? What's it about?
Voices Beyond Assault. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering women and men of sexual violence and amplifying their voices.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
there is one thing that isn't spoken on a lot in that community. And it's when women rape men.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I've been a victim.
It happens. Twice a day. It
happens.
But what? A lot of time with men, though. A lot of time with men, we enjoy the experience, and so no one ever talks about the psychological implications.
Yes.
You know.
Actually, I just did a retreat April 5th. Or April 30th at Sunstone Winery and Villa. They gave us their villa for 2 days. 45 survivors came out. We had men, women come out, share their stories, free wine, free food. They share their stories. And there was actually a guy who came up and shared his story. His name was Freddie, and he was sexually assaulted by his babysitter for years. And he thought it was cool for a while. And then when he got older, he started realizing like all of these things that he was going through mentally, sexually with himself, and found out that he has a baby on him. Well, he has a 45-year-old child.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
So, it happens. And a lot of times I don't think men really understand the implications. As a young, because, it's like, oh, it's super cool. You know, it's cool that you're having sex with an older woman and all that. And then vice versa with the women. It's like, they're predators and they're nasty, but same, it's epidemic as well.
It's a big deal.
Definitely.
It is.
We had a conversation about this.
We did, because the same thing that happened to him happened to me. So my view of women is on the utmost, but I treat women like people. You know what I'm saying? And then but that's because of my experience with the lady. I'm like, well, let me see if I could trust her first. So she'll just be, just a regular everyday person. Then if I feel like she earns my trust, then I treat her like I would treat my mom or my sister. And that's something negative that I had to work on. Like, nah, bro, you can't really be like that. So that's the thing.
I'm still working through it myself, man. I gave away free penis till I was 21.
You gave away or was taken from
Yeah, man. I wasn't getting my issue, man.
Need it all.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that too. Men don't
we open on this show. We talk about stuff.
We talk about all that. Yeah.
We talk about all that. Today we was goofy. I mean, we goofy every day, but
we know how to.
Duality is our thing. We go on every how do you say the word?
Diaspora.
There we go. That nigga thought I was about to say diet. He got quiet. You better not say it. You better not say it. That mother said, die what? That mother die what, nigga?
Who set me up?
Die what? Die what?
This nigga Kraig got lifelong chicken pox. Nigga fucking nigga noggin changes his chicken
You're
pox.
damn noggin. If it was chicken, you'd have ate it off my face.
Those are two good exchanges. I like
man, tell them where they can find you and all that good stuff, brother.
First, I want to say thanks D for having me. Thanks to the crew and
much
friends.
love.
Really appreciate y'all, man. And it's just a pleasure being in this room because I know who sat in these seats. So thank you so much.
Well, we know the wine. That motherfucking leading, so we know.
Oh, man. Well,
I got the fat neck, but Kraig gargle cement, nigga.
Yeah, but you guys see my name, my IG name, Silent Heroes, is gonna pop up at any moment. Go to my bio. You can order the movie, $5.19, 9 Wives. It's just important that we support each other, man. And we always say, man, why can't the black man? Why can't we do this? Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, 9 Wives is a truly example of that. All my money, a lot of my intellect. I had a good team, and August 5th we get it. And Tuesday when y'all come back, y'all gonna be able to review it.
Yeah,
spend about 5 minutes on it, talk about it. You know what I mean? And the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm getting better. And but it's just important that we support this film, and we hear the 360 story. So thank you for having me.
Oh, love, anytime.
Click the link in the bio, and I look forward to seeing y'all August 5th.
Yeah. Man, y'all support the movie. I borrow money from a friend. I know a lot of y'all like Otto, and you ain't got it.
Get it from God.
That nigga, I was like, I'll bring Uncle Nearest every week, nigga. I got it.
Go on and spend that money. Support the brother, man. Yeah. It's very difficult to make a film. What goes into it, the intricacies and all that stuff is something that deserves a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't making a movie is difficult. You know what I'm saying? That's like 100 jobs in one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been there. I know the process. So much respect. Blaze, tell them where they can find you, G.
Oh, man. Bad boy Blaze. Shout out to myself.
That's right, brother.
OOBLZ at Instagram. And I want to thank this brother again, too, for making a movie about my life. I mean, I'm sorry, I only got 7 wives, but y'all go see the movie, man. And support this brother, man. Straight up, man.
You can catch Blaze coming to the ring with a steel chair.
You can catch Todd.
Don't be disrespecting my manager.
This is the future of WWE right
I
here.
see the whole tag team right there. Juan and Blaze. It's like crazy. Scary.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, you said something about me. Kraig washing his face with E&J. That's why I get like that. You gotta use water, Kraig.
You look like you taught karate during the Great Depression.
The light skin thing go, he smile when he swim.
How y'all got new jokes every week with the same people? God, y'all don't run out of jokes, man.
They got a whole bucket of bombs.
I gotta give you everything. You know what I'm saying? Then they don't appreciate it, but yo.
They know.
So yeah, man, check it out, man. We got it coming out, man. The Junie Jenkins 17 Minutes of Funk, man.
Working on
Writing is coming down, starring Kraig, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. You know what I'm saying? When it do hit, check my album out. I'm out there. Uncle Todd is streaming everywhere. It's got Left Me in Pasadena on there.
Todd is an expert on Honda car parts. That's a cylinder. That's a Honda cylinder. I know.
Y'all should have seen Kraig.
That's on the Fuji side of Japan. That's not in.
You should have seen Kraig in the County Jail Talent Show.
Damn,
Should have seen it. You had to be there. Nigga, then I'll be sure.
You said he looked like I'll be sure.
Night and day. That
nigga sang night and day.
Second place. It wasn't. But yeah. So check out the album, man. Got Let Me in Pasadena. Blame the Bartender. Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It's a real good time. I'm on YouTube. Check out some of my other videos that's out there. I seen y'all out there get. Light skin motherfuckers always got to giggle when motherfuckers start talking. Shy ass nigga. But yeah,
Hey, you think you got more bars than bars?
No.
Well, we all know that if anytime it comes down to battling, I'm out there. I 30 anybody. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about having cannabis up here, man. I want to battle cannabis too. I do.
They got Tom Cruise mom.
Spit sometime. Spit that verse about how you spit that verse. Spit that verse about how you tried to kill yourself with a soggy chopstick. This motherfucker just keep, it won't. This motherfucker just keep breaking.
I got the style that can never be bought. You gotta excuse Kraig for his light skinned thoughts. all a nigga wanna do is cuddle. Call your phone, hang you up. I don't know. Look, this nigga is grinning at niggas. But anyway, check my shit out, man.
That was alright.
This album titled No Rhyme or Reason.
I'm glad Doug said that. Because you know sometimes people do choke on the 5150 when it's time to rap. Hey, why you fuck with me? That's what I'm saying.
Shouts out, man. Shouts out to the 5150. And we're not gonna go. There's a gang of shit that we're talking about, but it's all right. You got your 5 minutes of fame. That's the hottest shit you can spit.
I was out there. I was out there. Where were you?
I'm not spitting like you. I spit some trash shit to stop. You kept going.
Yeah. You was like, you said I don't like to rap, and then you tried to pass the mic to Otto.
Yeah, because I want Otto to beg a fool of yourself.
We was out there.
Hold on.
First of all, I'm never making a fool of myself.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't think you look?
I know it's all entertainment.
I
know.
Man, I didn't need you to get up and say that. But you said go ahead.
So I'm just saying, if you ask Duncan to rap, he might not do it.
I get paid a lot of money to do that. I get paid a lot of money to do that.
I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying. You're trash.
That's all I'm saying. They passed you the mic.
You like
put a DJ show on the rap. Show on the rap. I was looking forward to your verse. I'm telling you.
You're 50.
I was looking forward to your rap.
When the 50-year-old nigga want to challenge people, we laugh, nigga.
41.
We laugh. You're 50.
I'm 41.
On camera, you're 41.
Yeah, no.
But you're 50 in real life.
And then they handed you. And then they handed you a microphone. And then they handed you a microphone. They handed you a microphone.
You're 50.
And the beat was going. If anybody want to look on 5150, Corey Hogan and Kraig Fac was there, baby.
Taco Tuesday.
Check it out. Check it out. Taco Tuesday, baby. Check it out.
Go listen to my shit.
Yeah. Hey, go listen to his shit. I Robot. Nigga, this nigga, yeah.
White shit.
White
ass nigga.
Yeah.
White old
Robocop
nigga still
over
trying to
beats,
rap.
nigga.
No, nigga with balls in the beat.
Robocop's over
Hey, my shit. Hey, let me tell you what my shit did though. Far as what I sold. What do you do?
Tell me about it.
What
Tell
would
me
you do?
about when you made it. Tell me about it.
Let's talk about how you a background nigga only sit down here when nobody's here.
What are you talking about?
Shouts out to Corey from 5150.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about a white freestyle. Because you always talking
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Salute to Kraig.
Hold on, man. No, I'm telling the white shit.
Dunk's my guy, man. I love Dunk, man.
We good. Let the white shit go past.
Salute to Kraig.
Shout out to Dunk, man.
Wait, don't shout me out. Just keep talking.
I just wanted to hear you rap. I wanted to hear you rap, but you let me down.
We done.
You look like you missing a chromosome. Who retarded uncle is this?
I cried.
Who thought this?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went in the car and cried. I heard Pastor Wilson and all that.
Everybody here got a talent. What does he do? No man. Go ahead.
Hey, salute to Kraig for inviting us down to 5150 and salute to Corey Hogan for it was dope. That was a dope ass studio, dope ass episode of 5150. Salute to everybody. And man, yeah, that's some dope shit. Y'all can follow me at the YB on Instagram. I got my live drum sample packs that are out right now. I have some more coming. I have my webinar coming. That's the only reason I can't make it to the screening. My webinar August 1st. I have my webinar on teaching racism to children. How to talk about racism in a way that children can understand. Because they're all dealing with it, but they don't quite know what's going on. And I'm putting my 25 plus years experience working with families in South Central LA to be able to, for parents to be able to explain what's going on in life to their children. Because too many black parents want to act like this shit don't exist, and kids get 19, 20, then they experience it, then they already behind the 8 ball.
Right.
So you don't want that as parents. You want your kids to be aware right away, because if you listen to your kids when they playing Fortnite, those white kids that they're playing against already know what time it is.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you want your kids to be up on game too. So the webinar is August 1st. It's on my website, breakthroughas.org or hotepish.com. Get my t-shirt, Dr. John Henry Clark. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yeah. Get that for all these people that want to be almost black on black and brown and all this shit. No, we don't owe nobody shit.
Yeah.
And get my reparations now t-shirt. Get my Rebels for the Cause. Yeah, all that shit going on. Also, I don't know if it's gonna be Friday or Saturday. Let's be going on what you're doing. I'm interviewing Dr. King's driver, and he's gonna talk about how Dr. King was at odds with a lot of the people. When Dr. King was going for reparations.
How many times did he drive for Dr. King?
2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Cumulative or like all back to back?
We'll find out in the interview. I want y'all to listen and find out. But he drove. But it's on my YouTube channel. But yeah, we got to get the date confirmed. But he's here to talk about, because I did an episode back in January.
What's his name?
Kraig Fac.
Tell us the important shit, man. When you whipping up them lamb chops again? Some of that shit.
Them lamb chops good to the motherfucker, dog. Hey. I ought to change some lamb chops for them glasses, and we both. I look like Earthquake. You know what I mean?
That's about the shirts, Dewan. About the shirts.
No, you look like Tugboat with the
You like Black Hercules.
Do the shirts come in 4X and 5X?
Do you see me wearing it, nigga? What the fuck you think?
I don't know your size.
I am it, nigga. As fat as I already. These niggas know my size. As fat as I am. So if my fat ass can wear a shirt to still be baggy, guess what size this motherfucker come in?
5X then?
Yeah, I got
You're
all
not
that.
fat everywhere, nigga. You're not a real fat nigga. You're not. You seen his
Let
legs?
these niggas out there think what they want to think about me, Kraig. Come on now.
you got
Don't tell
people.
them the truth. Let them think what they want to think.
You got regular niggas talk.
Yeah, but like
regular shoulders.
He snuck that one in. Fuck time. Hey, get up that nigga, man.
That nigga Kraig washed his Coca-Cola shirt too many times, nigga. That's what the fuck that is.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga. We gonna wrap it up.
That's it.
Dunk was about to fire on the nigga. They was finna be fighting. No challenge. Nothing that you do is good.
Nothing.
Everything. Everything.
Maybe you start being honest with me.
You hate everything?
There we go. Maybe
you hate everything?
Like, I like
You hate everything?
Maybe you think I like him.
You hate everything?
He knows me.
You hate everything? You hate everything, John? You hate everything?
Man, get the fuck out of here. You got a top ramen water bottle, nigga. The top ramen juice.
It hurts.
You got a top ramen water bottle.
I didn't know me. I was just trying to figure out.
Look at this nigga. Niggas
Come on, bro.
He got 2 years.
They about to
Tops, nigga. You better start drinking water.
They about to drop 9 wise, brother. We need to stick together, man.
Yo, nigga, you got side teeth missing. I can't fuck with you. I trust you. I can't trust you.
I just wish
I can't trust you.
I just wish he had all of this.
Yeah, you got side teeth missing though.
I just wish he had all of this gumption when they passed him the mic.
You have no
It would have been fire. That would have been fire.
That nigga got gum some. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I like
You gotta get out of here, nigga. You eat everything from the side,
That's my guy.
nigga. Eat everything from the side, nigga.
I like that.
Hey,
Nigga, you gotta like me, nigga. You're a marginal talent. Get up.
I'm a role player. I'm a role player.
Yeah. You're an opener at best.
Yeah, you're not a closer.
You're an opener at best. You're not enough. I don't need the closer. I do comedy.
Fuck it.
I don't do comedy, yo.
Fuck it.
I do comedy.
Fuck it.
Hold on.
If you don't sit your musty ass down, you rapist.
Hey, let's have a
You
little
like the daddy from Crooklyn. Get the fuck out of here. Who's this nigga, too?
The left side
Billy
of her
Paul?
body is gonna be mad at her today.
That nigga raping the shit out of her. That nigga trying to hump her like, give me 5. You don't sit your nasty ass down.
Hey, hold on, man. Y'all stop disrespecting the Yin Yang twin, man. Cut this shit out. Y'all gonna give him some respect, man. And let him battle Bizarre.
Hey, man, that's been this episode of Kraig Fac. If I owe you something, you can get it from God, nigga.
God. Yeah. My nigga Blaze, Blaze came off the backboard.
I'm gonna get a picture of both.